campaign strategy to meet voters where they are. At each of these campaign stops, the president will be reminding them of what they say the administration has done over the last 4 years. Publicly, the campaign appears bullish about their re-election chances. Privately, frustrations are simmering within his team.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. The U.S. Supreme Court hears a big case dealing with censorship today. Did the Biden administration cross a line by calling different opinions on topics like COVID-19 and the 2020 election disinformation? Charter flight set up by the State Department carries dozens of U.S. citizens out of Haiti plagued by gang violence landing in Miami. America's listening to Fox News.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A light March run this week, but a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves, light yearlings with condition. We expect to sell 850 head, breaking down like this: 75 to 100 weighing cows and bulls, 75 to 100 pairs of bred cows, 650 700 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 15 to 20 cow-calf pairs, 18 bred cows, Baylor Ranch, Sierra Blanca, Texas, good quality black Brangus cross cows bred to Brangus bulls. These cows 3 to 6 years old. They are small to medium frame cows. 95 calves, Mr. John Woodburn, Pinon, New Mexico. Eggs quality, mostly yellow crossbreds. Calves, cattle wean 60 days, 1 round of shots, medium condition, right off grass and cake, 575 pounds. 97 calves, the Baylor Ranch, Sierra Blanca, Texas. Good quality black and red Brangus crossbred calves, thin to medium condition, 575 pounds, and 51 calves and light yearlings, Guadalupe Mountain Farm, Sierra Blanca, Texas. Excellent quality black to black white face Angus crosses, 700 pounds. Sell time this morning 9 o'clock. Sell pairs of bred cows 9:30. Be selling calves and yearlings at 10 a.m. Very light run of cows and bulls today, so don't be late. We do expect to sell 850 head. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Don't miss the St. Patty's Day sale now through March 19th at the Working Guy store. Draw a coin from the leprechaun hat and get up to 20% off your entire purchase. New merchandise everywhere from Huck, Cinch, Maui Jim, and Yeti. Western wear and Western jewelry. Why pay more? Shop the Working Guy store. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 7, Saturdays 9 to 6, and Sundays 10 to 5 at 109 East Broadway.
Daniel Velos, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet. It's March Madness, March Insanity, March Craziness, whatever you want to call it. Bring yourself down here to Carlsbad Chevrolet. Do yourself a favor. We have the most used cars, probably the most mixed here in Southeast New Mexico and West Texas, and we want to get it on with you guys. Trade in your vehicle, sell it to us, do whatever it takes. Let's get you into these deals as low as 1.9%, folks. We haven't seen that in a long time. Right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet, your home of the great guys and gals.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm, too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
Carlsbad, get ready as 505 Productions is back with their huge gun and knife show at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center, 4012 National Parks Highway this weekend. Starting Friday, March 22nd from 4 to 8 p.m., Saturday, March 23rd from 9 to 5, and Sunday, March 24th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Over 170 tables to shop with guns, knives, ammo, scopes, and other gun accessories, jewelry, hides, gold and silver, plenty of 2A shirts and merch, and much more. Admission is just $7 per day or $10 for the weekend. Kids under 12 are free. Don't miss the 505 Productions Gun Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center on National Parks Highway in Carlsbad.
At Coffee Drilling, LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitoring wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling, LLC. Over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Hi, good morning. The forecast of southeast New Mexico down to 285 is Roswell with 62 degrees, partly cloudy conditions, and a couple of light rain showers possible, but nothing significant. It's going to be in the area of Carlsbad, Artesia, that the rain chances will be around 20% this afternoon. Temperatures in the upper 50s. Lovington, slight chance for some showers. The temperature near 60 degrees. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Hello and welcome!
Do you know what today is?
Educate me, please.
I seriously think it's Sloppy Joe Day. Yeah, it's supposed to be Sloppy Joe Day. It's Sloppy Joe Day.
It is today, National Sloppy Joe Day.
It's all right. It's all right. It's Sloppy Joe Day.
Today is National Sloppy Joe Day.
Get yourself some Sloppy Joes.
Let's start the show.
Come on, it's showtime.
And good morning to you. It is a Monday, back in the saddle again. It is, of course, halfway through the month of March. Can you believe that? The 18th. Crazy. Blake is back with us. The voice is not really that much back.
It is not.
Tom A. is in the studio.
I did
maybe.
offer some vitamin A.
Now after you take, and by the way, you don't take vitamin A when you lose your voice. That would be more of C.
Sure do.
Well,
it's
now
work.
we know why you're always sick, getting everybody else sick.
Nobody's sick.
Don't get me started.
No. It's not my fault, and I'm going to stand by it. How's about that?
It's Tom's fault. He got us all sick. Everyone in the studio.
He got everybody sick. Yeah, he almost got me sick, and I'm a long ways away. Today is Death Penalty Day. Is it time for New Mexico to bring back the death penalty?
Yes.
I want you to stop and think about this. We allow women to kill their babies at birth, pretty much.
That's murder.
But we can't put down a rabid criminal that continues to murder people. We can't put them down. That's a little contrary. This governor continues to let people roam the streets. I see it every day when I'm going through the news. We got judges that are sitting on the bench that let people out. Child abusers, you're going to let them out so they can do it again? So, me personally, anybody that kills a police officer, life in prison is not good enough. You know, the best thing that could have happened in that shooting is they would have taken him down like a rabid dog that he is.
I was telling him that to Blake earlier.
So that is the question of the day. Death penalty, is it time to bring it back? Tom, who was the last person that was put to death?
Here in New Mexico?
In New Mexico.
Oh, man, God, it's been years, but I don't remember.
So it was, and I don't remember his name. Somebody will text it in, I guarantee you. It was for the little girl that died at the vicious hands of this murderous thug in Artesia.
Oh, yeah.
He was the last person to be put to death in New Mexico. It's the time we bring it back. It's the time we bring it back. Do we still have a death chamber? I'm sure we do.
We have a needle.
Time to.
A needle.
Yeah, I mean, needle. Ammo is not that expensive. I definitely think it's time to bring it back. So I'd love to hear from you. Act Happy Day going on. Awkward Moment Day. Dribble to Work Day. Forgive Mom and Dad Day. What are you forgiving your mom and dad about? Goddess of Fertility Day. I'm still working on making that baby. I mean, the goddess is not, yeah. National Sloppy Joe Day, also Supreme Sacrifice Day going on all day today. We're going to get to the bloodbath discussion coming up this morning. You Democrats, I tell you what, you guys are some of the sneaky son of a guns out there. You take a phrase and turn it into something it was not even. I don't even know how you could get it wrong unless it was intentional. Oh, yeah, definitely intentional. So we'll get to that. We'll talk about and surprising who came to his defense. We'll get to that coming up this morning. Biden talking about Irish. He's Irish, Catholic, Irish Catholic, except when it comes to abortion. So we'll get to all of that. Price of oil this morning. Keep you updated with everything going on. Let's check the weather. Being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're driving on 128, exit Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles. You will see them. It is a huge facility and all covered. In case the weather is bad, you got a covered facility while you fill up with unleaded green diesel, red diesel, or DEF value. And everything is automated. You pay with your credit card, fleet card, or your major credit card. Right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Fill up today at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. 61, it's sunny. Winds less than 10 miles an hour. 39 tonight. And winds less than 10 miles an hour. Even tomorrow, 67 and sunny skies. Chance of rain coming up on Wednesday. Most of that should be in the afternoon. Check the forecast out for yourself. All you have to do is go to W105radio.com. Weather this morning being brought to you by All American Cleaners, family-owned and operated. Wash, dry, and fold your clothes, 17 pounds, $16.99. Find them in Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, and in Hobbs. AllAmericanCleaners.net for more information. At the annual Gridiron Club and Foundation dinner, President Biden said that the former President Trump was unfit to hold office. Normally, people would blow this off, but if anybody knows about being unfit, it would be the dude that falls down the stairs. One candidate is too old and mentally unfit to be president. That's Joe's words, and he said the other guy is me.
Well, didn't Biden just get some new shoes?
Yes, so he doesn't fall down. And after he said all this, they had to go up on stage and guide him down the stairs. He was guided down the stairs by somebody that's fully mentally functional. And the new shoes are supposed to keep him from tipping over and falling.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will find out. Speaking of orthopedic shoes, I saw it today at the airport. So me and the wife and the daughter went to Boracay for the weekend. That's why I wasn't there Friday. And so I see a guy with a pair of Wranglers and a pair of orthopedic shoes with a very young girl. And, I mean, who am I to judge? But I was just like, you look so damn cool in the Wranglers and a pair of orthopedic shoes. So cool. And I'm not judging you, bro. I'm not judging you. She was very young and very attractive. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying. The orthopedic shoes. I'd have left those at home. New York City, Burger King was hit with a $15 million lawsuit after it was accused of allowing an open-air drug bazaar to go on at the Burger King. People were slinging all this heinous stuff, but enough about Burger King, okay? Enough about the Whoppers, all right? 877-396-W105. Tom in charge of the text this morning. Question of the day, death penalty for New Mexico. Is it time to bring it back? I'd love to hear from you.
Texas Tower Dog is chiming in. Said, yeah, it is. Please bring it back. No long waiting and keep them locked up. No more ankle monitors either, says Texas Tower Dog. By the way, the guy that killed Dina Lynn Carter in 2001 was Terry Clark.
There you go. I couldn't remember his name. I thought it was Clark, but I didn't get it.
Well, I didn't get it. This one text is following that up. He said he also heard a 6-year-old in Roswell, and the judge told him to leave Chaffetz County. Wow.
I haven't seen that one.
Tommy in Carlsbad says it's time to bring back the death penalty.
Blake, can you turn Tom's mic up just a tad?
La 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 la.
Can you stop already?
Is it better?
Go a little bit higher. All right, talk normal, Tom.
All right. And this texter says, and Terry Clark, after years begged to be executed and state government didn't want to, said no one wanted to pull the switch. Anyone Artesia, though, would.
Nobody wanted to pull a switch. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you we could have found somebody to pull the damn switch.
Easy.
What about the family members? They'd have pulled the switch.
They would have pulled the switch.
Jeff Bezos and his fiancée, Lauren Sanchez, are giving away $100 million as part of Bezos' annual prize to individuals making significant contributions to society. This year's winner, which received $50 million, and Eva Longoria. Really?
Yeah, right.
And Bill McRaven, who is a retired Army admiral and the former chancellor of the University of Texas Systems. Wow. Eva Longoria gets $50 million? Look, if you're the chancellor of the University of Texas, you're not hurting for money either. Wow. Couldn't you give it to people that need the money? I don't want to be selfish or anything, but I'd have taken $25 million. It just seems like a lot of money going to waste for Eva Longoria.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They announced plans to build Dubai Land, which would, they say it's going to be like Disneyland except in the Middle East.
Okay.
Construction supposedly is going to start soon, and it should be finished in a couple years. Dubai Land.
So instead of Mickey Mouse ears, you get your own burqa?
Yeah. So no pulled pork available.
No park rides.
No, none. All right, we're going to get into details about this next story. Tom on the text, 877-396-W105 morning show this morning. Being brought to you by Butcher Block Meat Market and The Grill. We'll talk about The Grill in a second. Get in there for one of their meat packs. It's available. Number 3 meat pack. You can get number 3 meat pack. It's $129.99. You get 2 pounds of ribeye, 3 pounds of T-bone, New York strips, 3 pounds, and top sirloin, you get 4 pounds, plus 3 pounds of lean patties for $129.99 at the Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill in Lovington. Find them at 1422 South Main. Check them out right now. They're serving up breakfast. You can get the platters or you can get the burritos. Breakfast is awesome. And don't forget, for lunch, you want to find out what the lunch special is? Not a problem. Like them on Facebook. You also find out what the weekly meat specials are. And, of course, these meat packages I just talked about, you can find out all the information there. 1422 South Main in Lovington, or 575-739-7778. Check them out today. Tom on the text.
All right, Smokey in Arizona saying, good morning, fellas. Well, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for tuning in. And this one text says, yeah, bring it back and start with that selected in Santa Fe. Okay, says the texter. And her name was Deanna Lynn Gore, not Carter. Did I say Gore? Did I say Carter? Anyway, I'm sorry if it was. Texter says, good morning, guys. Bring back the death penalty. No doubt about that, says the text.
Says the texter. Yes, the texter keeps saying it. Mm-hmm. Says the texter.
So
the texter.
Well, it didn't have a name, so what am I doing?
Well, but I'm going to the text line, so said the texter. It's coming from the texter.
There you go.
Thank you, Tom. 620 price of oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers and Cud Energy Services. Right now, together, they are hiring. And if you're looking for a job, they're looking for supervisors, service supervisor and training programs, CDL required. Diesel mechanics are looking for you, along with electric technicians, equipment operators, CDL required for that job, and experienced pressure pump hands. Housing is available if you need it. They offer great pay, one of the best benefit packages in the industry. Apply today at greatoilfieldjobs.com, or you can just text Oilfield to 63566. Equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer.
West Texas Intermediate, $81.52, $85.79 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas this morning, $1.74.
All right, we're going to get to the thought for the day and the tweet of the day coming up next, but tragedy hits New Mexico again. State police officer murdered when he was shot after responding to just somebody that needed help on the side the highway. And so goes there to lend a hand, and this guy shoots him. And the state police chief will speak about that coming up in a second. And how many state police officers have died in the line of duty as of late?
Well, there was one.
Answer that question.
There was one in February of 2 years ago, and then this one. And we've had 4 police officers die in the line of duty the last 5 years, including those 2 in Alamogordo.
Is that because of our justice system? I'm only asking that question.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
I hope they extradite him first to North Carolina, where he killed.
In South Carolina.
I'm sorry, South Carolina, where he killed that paramedic. He actually stole the car that broke down on the side of the road in New Mexico.
So, has been apprehended, and God forbid me for saying this. I wish they would have taken care of him, and he wouldn't have to, no jury, no trial, no waste of taxpayer money. Just please be a man and reach for that gun.
The reports didn't state where they hit him, but he was shot several times and
he
survived.
was shot several times and then taken to the hospital. And, of course, I would think as soon as they get him stabilized, they will get him into court. And he will not be – I don't think he will be extradited to South Carolina. I would think that he has to serve his term here, and then he might be extradited for trial, but he's coming back. Yeah, I would think. And I don't know if South Carolina has the death penalty or not.
Let me look that
up. I don't know if they do or not.
Many times they extradite to wherever the crime happened first,
and
they'll try him there, and then he comes back and gets tried here.
Yeah. So it looks like the sheriff from that county, Marion County, in South Carolina, gave his condolences for the death of the state police officer, and then thank state police and all the other law enforcement for doing what they did to capture this guy.
And South Carolina,
yes,
this says that it does still have, both the Carolinas still have death penalty.
Wow. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill big tech censorship case heads to the U.S. Supreme Court. So, I would hope that they overturn the Biden decision where they can just they can censor us based on this is all going around because of COVID, of course, just like we were censored because of some of the things that we said, some of the things that we didn't even say. It was Pfizer's CEO that said it, and they still censored us. So this case will be held today. And I don't think the president of the United States or any administration should be able to get on the phone with big tech or send them an email and say, hey, we need to normalize this or censorship this. I think it's going in a bad direction. I don't think a president should have that power.
No, and that's called censorship.
Yep.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. And so Louisiana Attorney General, and then there are other attorney generals that are also signing on to this same deal.
I think Missouri is the other one.
Yeah, I think there were 16 attorney generals that signed on. 21-year-old charged with murder after a shooting that happened Thursday in Lubbock. Woman dead, and the man is behind bars in that shooting. Happened Thursday afternoon, and he was arrested over the weekend. 21-year-old Maurice Henderson was arrested for murdering 22-year-old Ariel Cade. And he has been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, theft of a firearm, murder, and additional charges. He remains in jail, got over a $500,000 bond, and is locked up at the Lubbock County Detention Center. Colorado may become the first in the nation to build a segregated prison for transgender inmates.
Good.
Separate to that's an additional cost because they're not strong enough to go, no, you're a male, you still have male genitalia, you're staying in the men's facility.
Well, at least
no, you're a
putting him in
woman.
with the woman.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the tweet of the day. We're going to come back. Another tragedy happened over the weekend. A illegal immigrant that raped a individual. We'll get to that. And you're not going to believe the illegal immigrant that they discovered. A member of Hamas in nearby El Paso. I'll get to that coming up next. Thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Dependable, quality products, excellent service. Check them out today. WakefieldOil.com. Mr. Wendell Wakefield brought the kids to New Mexico and started Wakefield Oil. It's been close to 40 years. If you need oil and gas products, including interstate batteries, they can get them to you. Go to the website, WakefieldOil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is, in 40 years, there will be edgy kids listening to 2020 music saying, I was born in the wrong generation. There are actually kids today that are listening to 90s music or 80s music or 70s music and think it's the coolest thing out there.
Well, they're right.
Yeah, well, you're 100% correct. All right, 628, tweet of the day up next. I'll get to that. Tom in the text, 877-396-W105. 628, morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters in the home store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall. If you're working out in the patch and need gear, like any type of gear, hard hats, work boots, steel toe boots, talk to them about the $99 boots. Need safety gear, FR jeans, whatever it is you need, they've got you covered. Also, furniture, appliances, and electronics in the home store. They offer zero-down financing. Scrub Outfitters is right next door. They have the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. Big-name brands like Dickies and Healing Hands, Met Coutures, Peaches, lots of compression socks, a huge selection, all colors, all designs, and, of course, comfy shoes, too. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters, in the Broadmoor Mall. Tom in the text.
Smoky in Arizona. I'll say it again, with all the censorship and everything else the Dems are pulling and trying to do, it leading us down the path to socialism, he says this morning. And our right to free speech should not be tampered with, says Tommy in Carlsbad. Another text, they should have killed that POS. And this text says, dead cops equals automatic death penalty. And John in Payo, Texas, he's chiming in this morning. Hey, good morning, guys. Did you hear about the Speaker of House coming to the Odessa Midland area? Going to visit a drilling rig? He asked. What do y'all think about that? Says John.
Mike Johnson? I did. I looked at the Odessa sites this morning. I did not see that.
Yeah, he was asking. That would have been right on the headlines that he was coming to West Texas, but I ain't seen nothing. And one more, B. What was the deal with Pfizer? I just caught the last of what you were saying.
No, I played a cut from the Pfizer CEO saying that they did no human testing on the COVID-19 vaccination, what they call a vaccination. Mm-hmm. And because of that, YouTube killed our account. I'm talking about killed our account. They first of all demonetized the account and then took it off. So I am not seeing anything about Speaker Johnson coming to
West Texas.
Yeah, I just did, and I'm not saying that's not true, but I just did a quick search and I don't see it. So I'll continue looking. By the way, if you see that, send it to the text. We'd appreciate it. All right, we got to get to the tweet of the day being brought to you by King Driving Academy. Find them today in Hobbs, 1430 West Bender in Hobbs. 4-week driving CDL training school. They're going to teach you 2 weeks of training when it comes to theory and 2 weeks of on the road. Course taught by a CDL instructor who is state certified. They offer hands-on course experience. And the cool thing is, no books, no computers. Everything is hands-on learning. Give them a call, 575-441-7835, 1430 West Bender in Hobbs, 575-441-7835. King Driving Academy, proud sponsor of the tweet of the day. This is all about the bloodbath, and if you haven't heard about that, listen, and I will discuss it. And an unusual person came to Trump's defense. I'll get to that next.
The whole reason I even became involved in political crap at all and became like a patriot kind of person was because they kept freaking lying. The first lie that they told about Trump that I cared about was when they said that he said there was very fine people on both sides at Charlottesville. Because when you watch the whole video, he says there were very fine people on both sides. And I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis or the white nationalists because they should be condemned totally. That was his word, but no media outlets reported that. And here's the newest one. And Trump's saying it's going to be a bloodbath if he doesn't get elected, as if he's inciting violence or something. Here's the real content.
Mexico has taken over 34% of the automobile manufacturing business. Let me tell you something to China. Those big monster car manufacturing plants that you're building in Mexico right now, and you think you're going to get that, you're going to not hire Americans, and you're going to sell the cars to us. Now, we're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars. If I get elected, now if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it.
There you go. Trump was talking about the car industry. And by the way, there have been major layoffs in the American car industry. In the meantime, Mexico is thriving. 34% of all cars built, American cars, are built in Mexico now. And China is building those 2 factories right on the border. And all those jobs are going to go to Mexican and Chinese individuals. Trump did not say anything about the election was going to be a bloodbath. he's saying that it's going to be a bloodbath for the automakers in America who keep voting the unions, keep backing Joe Biden. But a very unusual person came to his defense. By the way, this guy has not endorsed Donald Trump. It's Mike Pence.
I woke up this morning seeing online all the discussion about bloodbath. And as you've just reflected, the president was clearly talking about the impact of imports devastating the American automotive industry.
I just got to say, shame on you people for trying to lie to the American public. Shame on you. Intentionally doing it. By the way, it's not like the Democrats are no stranger to calling for people taken to the streets. It's not like the Democrats are strangers to calling for violence. 2016. Wait. Here we go. Let's roll the tape.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be. People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
Biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He asked later and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
You're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
I mean, call for violence. It's not like the Democrats have never called for violence. Wow. Whew. By the way, that thing was like 2 minutes long. I just took the best of the best. Whew. It's not like they've never called for violence. By the way, congratulations, Tom, University of New Mexico.
Most importantly, I want you to understand this. We came here to win championships.
I'm from the home of the Lobos. I'm going to pull up to the game.
So the Lobos win their conference and they move on. The big dance. Yep. So congratulations going out to Ricky Pitino.
Steve Alford was the last coach to take them into the NCAA tournament.
Wait. Now we get some, yeah. By the way, you know who his dad is? His dad is Rick Pitino. Did you know that? By the way, his dad got in trouble because his dad was he had a restaurant and was on the table with some of the waitresses.
Well, you know, Rick Pitino Sr. coaches St. John's, and they were snubbed.
Wait, Rick Pitino coaches St. John's. Wow,
Senior. But here's the deal. He said, you know, if we can't go to the NCAA, we ain't going to the NIT. So they refused an invitation.
Thank you. I can always count on you.
Absolutely.
They're the number 11 seed. So they'll play the number 6 seed.
Adobos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough row to hoe, but, I mean, every year there's a Cinderella school, so they get an opportunity. All right, New Mexico.
I don't think I'm going to have them in my bracket.
Right.
Yeah. Another surprise team to come out of the SEC, Texas A&M.
Saw that.
Yeah, I was very. They beat Kentucky. I was like, what? Crazy. All right, we go from good news to the Lobos to Chief of the State Police, Chief Ferguson. Now, this was Saturday when they identified the person of interest. This was him Saturday saying that they're coming after you.
The last words Officer Hare uttered on this earth was to offer help to a man who's about to kill him. Jeremy Smith, we are coming for you. I implore you to turn yourself in and surrender peacefully. There's been enough death and despair. But if he does not, I guarantee you this. we will find him. There's nowhere he can run. There's nowhere he can find or where he can hide where we will not find him.
And they did find him. And they found him very quick. I mean, very, very quick. And I start wondering, so they had a picture of him from the dash cam. How do they find out who this guy is that quick?
Well, you have people.
The only way I believe they found out who he was that quick is that he had a prior record.
He did. Violent record.
Now, I haven't seen one story about Tom, and please tell me if I'm wrong.
Yes, sir.
I have not seen one story that discussed a violent record. We do know that he killed somebody in South Carolina.
Well, he's black, B.
He what?
He's African American.
And
they're not going to say
the
anything
hell?
bad about him. And that's the way it is in the media. They're just not going to do that.
No, I believe that they haven't gotten into that yet, but I do believe that's the only way they find you that quick is that they put your picture into the computer and it churns and then it dings on people of interest, and they know this guy had fled South Carolina. He's in the car. One thing adds to the next. Bam. And if he wouldn't have had a record, they probably wouldn't have known who he is that quick. I don't think it has anything to do with him being black.
Well, and then he killed that paramedic before he did all this. So he was already being chased.
Boy, sometimes I start wondering about
But
you.
here's my question, though. Who took him to Albuquerque from Tucumcari?
Tom, who knows?
Somebody drove him over there.
Or there you go with your speculation.
Maybe he's
he had a record.
How far is Tucumcari from Albuquerque? 2 hours
He could have
drive?
stole a car, Tom. He could have stole a car. He could have hitchhiked. God only knows.
That's what I'm saying. Who took him to Tucumcari?
But there you go with your speculation.
I ain't speculating.
Yes, you are. All right, 642, illegal migrant from Lebanon caught by the Border Patrol, admitted that he is a Hezbollah terrorist hoping to make a bomb and head to New York City. By the way, Mayor Adams, here's one for you. Lebanese migrant caught sneaking across the border admitted that he is a member of Hezbollah, said that he had hoped that he would make a bomb and go to New York City. Brazel Ibada, 22 years old, caught by the Border Patrol in El Paso. That's a little close. And admitted that he had illegally crossed the border and admitted to Border Patrol when questioned that he wanted to kill people in the name of Allah and Hezbollah. He also went as far as saying that there are trained professionals, Hezbollah, that have been coming across the border. That's not scary. That's not scary at all.
No, and he even told him, like, how he got here.
Yeah.
Like, he had fake documents that he stole in Costa Rica, and he used fake names in Sweden, Ecuador, and Panama.
Wow. That's not scary. And we wonder why the FBI now is coming out saying that we might have a heightened terrorist attack. Oh, really? Now? Thank you. Whew. Thank God the FBI is in charge. Woman who is linked to her boyfriend's death accused in Albuquerque of robberies. The woman admitted that she killed her boyfriend over a decade ago and is now accused of a string of robberies. Brooke Hefty was arrested Friday along with Isidoro Gallegos at a Love gas station. Pair facing armed robbery charges and other charges. And they also think they can link them to 4 other businesses in that area. 2008. Hefty is charged with killing her boyfriend, eventually pled no contest to involuntary manslaughter. Got no jail time. Now running the street, robbing people. And when we speak of armed robbery, that means that they have a weapon. Where could that go wrong? Dr. Dre suffered 3 strokes.
Ooh.
And has a brain aneurysm. And look, I'm not a Dr. Dre fan, but thoughts and prayers to the family. 3 strokes and a brain aneurysm.
Man.
Not good. So supposedly before this, he was blacking out. And he was passing out, blacking out, and they took him to ICU. And that's when they discovered the brain aneurysm. And after that, he had 3 strokes. Not good, say the least. Joe Biden, of course, St. Patrick's Day. Tom, you did anything for St. Patrick's Day?
Nah, I rested.
So Joe Biden saying he's a Irish Catholic. And don't forget it.
So much of it being Irish means to be connected to the Catholic teachings I grew up with. I went to St., as I say in Scranton, St. Paul's, meaning Paul's. St. Paul's School in Scranton, Holy Rosary in Claymont, and St. Lena's, and then Archmere Academy. And, I like the belief that we learned from the beginning that we're all created equal in the image of God, that every single human being deserves to be treated with dignity.
But you have so much fire in you about abortion, and it's a woman's right. So you can't have it both ways because Catholic teaching, I went to Catholic school too, 13 years. Catholic Church has always been against abortion. Thank you, Joe, for that. And Joe Biden talking about we're safer now. Under his administration, we are so much safer. We feel, who feels? Lakin Riley, she feels so much safer.
Folks, at the same time, America deserves the freedom to be safe from crime. And America is safer today than when I took office.
Oh. Do you feel safer now than before?
Nope.
Yeah. I don't think there's many people that would think that they feel safer, for sure. Elon Musk.
I was going to say Lakin Riley.
Yeah, she doesn't.
That's an Irish name.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not feeling safer. No. Pretty sad. All right, Chuck Schumer, who is Jewish himself, making comments about Netanyahu. Idiot. I'll get to that in just a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Janko Janitorial. Check them out. They're in Artesia, right there on Main Street. Give them a call, 575-703-1869, jankojanitorial.com. They can do all your cleanup. Yeah, not a problem. They can handle it all. They can do industrial cleanup. They can do oil field cleaning. They can take care of all your commercial needs. They can strip the floor. They can re-wax the floor. They can clean windows. Whatever it is you need, they can get on it for you. Give them a call, 575-703-1869, jankojanitorial.com for more information. Need cleaning supplies, or if you need somebody to do all the cleaning for you, give Amber a call this morning, 575-703-1869. Tom, coming up next, we're going to roll right into Chuck Schumer. And Netanyahu, by the way, he does answer back. We'll get to that coming up next.
Travis from Roswell says, Tom was right in one way. The major news media and all of New Mexico news media refused to say they were looking for a black man, which is not only wrong, but it's dangerous. All the original reports said nothing about it, even though they are now, says Travis.
But they put a picture of him. That's how I knew he was a black man, because they did put the picture. So, and their defense, I mean, a picture, I knew it was a black man.
Yeah. And Tom has a point. He's black. Talking about his history does not fit the narrative, says the text. And Big John says, I feel so safe in this country. That's why gun sales are at an all-time high. He says
they are. Yep. Guns are at an all-time high.
And just a reminder, guys, that the deadline to put in for New Mexico draw hunt is the 20th. So get it in as soon as you can, says the text. And one more, B. Good morning, B, the Breakfast Club. Yes, there was a criminal record that was posted on KOB and KRQE.
And what was his criminal record? Because I read that story this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see. I'm going to go back and look at it when we take a break.
Very violent.
But I did not see a criminal record. Maybe I missed it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was doing some day drinking most of the weekend.
Did you? All right, B. Hey, B, on the Speaker of the House, they did talk about it on CBS 7 out of Odessa.
I looked for it and couldn't find it.
I looked for it.
I couldn't find it either.
So, did some more digging. B.
Yeah, if anybody can find it, it'll be you.
Yes, I know it.
Yeah, I can barely turn on the damn computer, but it'll be you. Elon Musk humiliates MSNBC's host for spreading the bloodbath hoax, saying America needs a red wave. So Elon Musk has come out, and Elon Musk could give to the Donald Trump campaign, form a PAC just like George Soros does, and could even the playing field, so to speak. But Elon Musk is saying he's not going to give to either campaign. Joe Biden had a pretty hefty amount of money that he has raised since the State of the Union. By the way, you know what that did for him? 1 percentage point increase. He is behind in every poll out there. So it really didn't help him when it comes to the poll, but it did help with Democrats giving to his campaign. And Grant County Sheriff's Office investigating the death of a 5-year-old girl. Deputies went to the Quail Run Road. That happened yesterday. And unresponsive child. Life-saving measures were done by law enforcement. And another child, they say, was 7 years old, was taken to the hospital. This is an ongoing investigation by CYFD. 652, be on the Breakfast Club. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns. Check them out today. Over 1,000 guns in stock. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. They've got all the guns that you need. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. Or if you want to sell your gun, they'll give you fair pricing to sell your guns. Ammo, cleaning supplies, they can tune up your bow. Check them out today. They've been around for close to 40 years. 1907 North Main in Roswell. Zia Guns, always closed Saturday, open on Sunday. 1907 North Main in Roswell. Chuck Schumer making a comment about Netanyahu. Chuck Schumer has zero to do with politics in Israel. Nothing. I think the election in Israel should be left up to the people in Israel. Chuck Schumer, here's what he had to say.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
By the way, wrong cut, but he's talking about the Supreme Court and that they're changing everything fundamental, which is not true. Here's Chuck Schumer talking about Israel.
Netanyahu coalition no longer fits the needs of Israel after October 7th. And I believe that holding a new election, once the war starts to wind down, would give Israelis an opportunity to express their vision for the post-war future.
You know what, Chuck? I wish you would worry about America instead of worrying about Israel and Ukraine. But I'm going to tell you right now, Netanyahu is not anybody to push around. Right. Netanyahu came right back. Here's what he had to say.
I think what he said is totally inappropriate. It's inappropriate for to go to a sister democracy and try to replace the elected leadership there. That's something that Israeli public does on its own, and we're not a banana republic. I think the only government that we should be working on to bring down now is the terrorist tyranny in Gaza, the Hamas tyranny that murdered over 1,000 Israelis, including some dozens of Americans, and is holding Americans and Israelis hostage. That's what we should be focused on. And as far as what Senator Schumer said, the majority of Israelis support our governments. 82% of Americans support Israel instead of Hamas. But
by the way, his approval rating is in the 80s. 82% of United States citizens will support Israel in this country. I know you see all the Hamas protests and your pro-Palestinian protest and all that crap, that it might get your attention and you think, but study after study has showed that 80+% of people support Israel. By the way, Netanyahu's approval rating in Israel is even higher. It's close to 90% approval rating. What's Joe Biden's approval rating?
Like 32.
Yeah, in the tank.
Yeah, like 32%. And we are going to tell a fellow democracy how to run their country? Come on. Thank you, Netanyahu. Thank you. Crazy.
Leader
now,
right there.
now, Tom, who attacked who?
Well, Hamas decided they wanted to attack those poor innocent people.
Yes. And how many people died? How many Israelis died?
1,400 plus people were killed.
Yes, including women and children and the 40-plus babies that they beheaded. Yeah. If it's me, you do not stop until you eradicate.
Because they'll do it again, B. They'll do it again if we stop.
Yeah. So, and I think America does not have a place in making that decision. None. I think Chuck Schumer should worry about America. Yeah, I think that's who he should worry about. All right, 657. We are B on the Breakfast Club. Check on what's going on. Text line is open. Question of the day is death penalty. You agree with bringing back the death penalty in New Mexico? Yes or no? I'd love to hear from you. 877-396-W105.
Mama Bear's chiming in. See how that POS was smiling in his mugshot, says the texter. And Mike Johnson, Big John, is saying he is coming to Odessa, Texas. Okay, well, we haven't been able to confirm that yet, but he says he's coming. And Tom, please tell my son, Grayson, happy 7th birthday, and feel free to sing to him. Can I sing to him, B?
No, please don't.
Okay.
Please don't.
And John from Eunice is saying, you know what? Good morning, guys. I swear Biden's ASS has to be jealous of the crap that comes out of his mouth. The man is such a lying joke. If anybody, and I mean anybody, believes that we are all safer under his administration, well, those idiots belong in a mental institution because they are plumb crazy.
Bloodbaths.
Yeah.
A bloodbath. All right, I got a lot of things to get to. Former college football player and NFL scout charged of murdering his pregnant girlfriend. Wow. We'll get to that. Judge delays the Trump hush money trial for 30 days. This thing is going to get closer and closer to the election. Meathead, his movie just bombs. The anti-Christian movie, The Big Old Bomber. And a suspect pled not guilty to charges of a drive-by shooting in Roswell. I'll get you updated with that. No deputies injured in a shooting on the Pan American Freeway. And Bernalillo sheriff's deputies responded to that. Nobody injured in that case. We'll get to those stories and more. Oh, and the Mavericks. They need a emotional support dog.
Okay.
So they've got one. They finally got it. So we'll get to that. Trump talking about what he's going to do when he becomes president. I'll get you updated with those stories. Quick check of the weather this morning. Being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Fifth wheels, toy haulers, travel trailers. They've got everything that you might be looking for. If you're working in the patch and getting paid the per diem, let the per diem pay for your RV. Wouldn't that be nice? By the way, if you're looking for a RV to think about doing some camping, you'll find the right one that you're looking for. MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Go take the virtual tour of all the new and pre-owned models today. MainTrailerSalesInc.com, 575-622-1751. How do you stay in business for close to 70 years? By doing things the right way. Yeah, giving people great customer service and fair pricing. MainTrailerSalesInc.com for more information. Sunny today and 61, 39 tonight and 67 tomorrow. Rain in the forecast coming up on Wednesday. No high winds for the beginning of the week. We'll keep you posted with everything going on this morning. You can always find out the weather forecast. MainTrailerSalesInc.com. We're going to qualify you for the trip we're giving away to Disney. We'll check in with news coming up next, being brought to you by David Trujillo, Republican, running for County Commission District 1 in Lee County. David is a Army veteran, 15 years of service. Also, of course, David was in Desert Storm. Also has worked and been a part of the oil field for 17-plus years. So he knows the ins and outs of the oil and gas industry. To say that he is pro oil and gas, yeah, he works in the oil and gas. He and supports the oil and gas industry in every way. David, for the past 20 years, has been a city commissioner, a mayor or mayor pro tem for the last 20 years in Lovington. So he understands how to go to Santa Fe and get capital improvement money. He understands how to stay in budget. He understands the ups and downs of the oil and gas industry and how that affects your budget. Find out more information. You can follow David. He is on Facebook. David Trujillo, County Commissioner, District 1, Register Republican. This message paid for by David Trujillo. We're coming right back, 7:02. We're W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office says there was a deputy-involved shooting in the area of Unser and Anderson Hill. New Mexico State Police said Jeremy Smith, the man wanted for killing Officer Justin Hare, has been captured. BCSO said Sunday morning a clerk at a gas station located on Sunshine West Plaza Drive reporting they saw someone matching Smith's description. Smith reportedly spotted walking on Unser, and authorities established a perimeter. A foot pursuit took place. Shots were fired. BCSO is not sure how many shots were fired, but Smith was hit. He was then taken to a hospital. He will be charged. Wording that would have blocked the project to store spent nuclear fuel rods near Carlsbad and Hobbs stripped from the U.S. Senate version of the appropriations bill being considered by Congress, despite its inclusion in the House of Representatives legislation. Holtec International proposed the project to hold up to 100,000 metric tons of the used fuel at the surface on a 1,000-acre property near the Eddy-Lee County line. They received the license to build and operate last year from the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. That license was challenged during an ongoing lawsuit by environmental groups against the NRC, and oral arguments were held earlier this month by the U.S. Circuit Court for the District of Columbia, which will rule at a later date. Two spills of oil-filled wastewater that were not cleaned up for years near Carlsbad landed a Permian Basin oil company $2 million in fines last Thursday by state regulators. Murchison Oil and Gas issued a notice of violation of the Oil Conservation Division, an arm of the Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources Department, for the incidents, along with a civil penalty Finally, the OCD reported the company failed to properly clean up spilled produced water at 2 separate well sites about 16 miles south of Carlsbad. Produced water is a combination of flowback from hydraulic fracturing or fracking, fluids and formation water brought to the surface with oil and gas from the underground rock formations. The OCD said remediating produced water spills was needed to prevent environmental contamination. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. Now, I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
OMG, is that actually an egg frying on my hood?
No, I'm thinking maybe all those bugs stuck to your grill starting to cook. Ugh, hard to say. I can't see through the layers of desert dirt all over my windshield.
Wait, what is this? Am I pulling into a car wash? Oh, yeah!
We're gonna get so wet! Hey, we clean up nice.
Visit your local area Mighty Wash in West Texas, Hobbs, Carlsbad, and now open in Lovington, New Mexico. Be sure to ask about the Mighty Wash Unlimited plan, good at any Mighty Wash. Visit mymightywash.com for pricing and locations.
Don't miss the St. Patty's Day sale, now through March 19th at the Working Guy store. Draw a coin from the leprechaun hat and get up to 20% off your entire purchase. New merchandise everywhere from Huck, Cinch, Maui Jim, and Yeti. Western wear and Western jewelry. Why pay more? Shop the Working Guy store. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 7, Saturdays 9 to 6, and Sundays 10 to 5 at 109 East Broadway.
Why are families driving from West Texas, Hobbs, Jow, Eunice, all over southeastern New Mexico to shop at Bob's Ridgeway? Is it the everyday low prices, the most locally grown farm fresh produce? Is it the hand-selected and cut meats, the hundreds of weekly specials, the clean, friendly shopping environment? Or is it just the fact that that's where for over 50 years your grocery dollar has always gone farther? It's all to me. It's Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where your grocery dollar goes farther.
SDR Enterprises of Hobbs is in search of a hot oiler operator. Must have 4 to 5 years experience, Class A CDL, and hazmat endorsement. SDR is also looking for a kill truck operator with 2 to 3 years experience. Come and be a part of the team. Health benefits and 401k options are available to employees, and pay will be based upon experience. You must be able to pass a pre-employment drug screening. Apply today in person at 3901 South Eunice Highway or contact them at sdrenterprisesllc.com. SDR Enterprises is an equal opportunity employer.
It's showtime, baby.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him in
I just woke up, but cannot see. My eyes are glassed. And Irish whiskey ruined me. We chugged it way too fast. Than to have one shot, it did a turn. Then I puked all over everyone. I stood on my lawn and slept till 2. And I'm hungover now, baby blue.
877-396-W105 for all you Irish or supposedly Irish folks that, like Joe Biden. I mean, he's Irish. Well, supposedly he is. 709 results of a recent study came out that restaurant patrons can encourage a tip just by putting a smiley face.
Really?
Just a smiley face on a receipt will encourage you to tip. They don't believe that putting a number would be good because that might be, might maybe look like the middle finger emoji. Here's a great idea. Just tip. That's it. Just tip. St. Patrick's Day festivities raging over the weekend. Health experts say the best way to avoid a hangover is simply to not drink. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. We appreciate you so much. Am I the only one? But the older I get, the effects of a hangover, it affects me worse now than before.
Welcome to being old.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, I guess I'm not a professional. Back in the day, I could drink and it wouldn't even bother me. Nowadays, nah. If I drink too much, oh no, I'm going to feel it the next day. Amazon Big Spring Sales begin this Wednesday. And just so you know, if you're looking for stuff, Amazon Big Spring Sales. And spring officially arrives tomorrow at 11 p.m. 11 p.m. That would be Eastern time. Spring, finally here. Mexico City, artist's latest work, a giant stone head crushing a Tesla. I did see the picture of that this morning. Go look it up for yourself. And a tragic story. Blaze Taylor was a former football player at the University of Utah and was a staffer at the University of Utah. Has been charged with 2 counts of murder.
My goodness.
So let me correct myself. He coached at Utah State. He actually played at Arkansas State, and he's been accused of poisoning Jade Benning to death. Now, Jade was carrying his baby. That's why there are 2 murder charges.
Oh.
See, in Tennessee, the baby, if you killed the mom and she's carrying a baby, that's 2 murder charges. So the U.S. Marshals arrested him on Friday. He is charged with 2 murder charges. Judge again delays the Trump hush money trial for 30 days. So the judge Friday delayed the former President Donald Trump's hush money criminal trial until at least April, mid-April, after his attorneys say they need more time to just get through all the evidence that has been piled on. The judge is give him a 30-day window to get all that done. By the way, Trump's lawyers wanted a 90-day delay, and the judge gave them a 30-day delay. Now, would that be the case with, Stormy Daniels? That would be the case with Stormy Daniels. The whole case. Who was injured? Who was hurt? I mean, Stormy Daniels got paid, and she admitted that they did not have sex. She has actually came out. Now, they're calling it a sexual encounter. To have a sexual encounter, doesn't that mean there has to have some type of sex go on? I don't know.
Right?
So he did pay her.
And hush money is not illegal.
It is not illegal. Look right here in New Mexico. The governor paid a man to go away, paid him $60,000
the groper
to go away.
Right.
And by the way, that happens. Maybe it was $80,000. That happens all the time. Insurance companies, you sign a piece of paper. What's that called, Tom? or you're not going to disclose the information? You're gonna
Gag
keep
order.
it.
Non-disclosure.
That's not really.
Oh, is it okay?
Non-disclosure.
Yeah, non-disclosure, and so that happens all the time. And most of the time, they don't want anybody to know how much money they paid you to go away.
Right.
Because somebody else will come crying and say they want more money. All right, taking out trash on the way. I'm going to get to that, Tom, on the text. Rob Reiner is on the way, this bigoted, anti-Christian, just meathead. We'll get to that coming up. 7:15, we are being the Breakfast Club. And I got several cuts from Donald Trump, who was on the political stump over the weekend.
Bring back the public hanging, says this text, for the rapists and the child molesters. Firing squads for anyone who kills with guns. Just saying, says the text. Hey, guys, did y'all read about Tyson Foods?
Yeah, I did, but I couldn't verify that story. I did see it on Facebook. So Tyson Food, they say they're going to lay off 40,000
What?
American citizens so they can hire 40,000 illegal aliens. That just did not look like a look. They currently hire a buttload of immigrants that come to this country on a temporary visa. So they come to the country for 6 months and then they go home for 6 months.
Right.
So, and my brother's company does the exact same thing because they can't find people to be maids in the United States. So they hire people, they work for 6 months. Disney does the same thing. So they hire people, and it's a guest worker program that's in effect. They come work 6 months, they pay taxes, they go home. 6 months, they're eligible to come back. So, so I couldn't verify if that was true or not. If you could find a story on that, I did look this morning after seeing it on Facebook. I just couldn't verify that they're going to fire Americans. Let me just say this much. You won't find it, Tom. Believe me. There aren't a whole bunch of people that want those jobs working in a chicken processing plant. I'm just saying. You can say I'm wrong. I'm just saying. There aren't a whole bunch of Americans that want those jobs. Have you ever gone to a chicken farm?
No.
Where there are thousands upon thousands of chickens?
I've seen it on TV, but not in person.
It is the smell alone is pretty brutal. I went to Smiley, Texas, to a chicken farm, and the chicken processing plant was right up the road. And that smell, well, the same thing in Arkansas, all over, and that's where Tyson is from.
Okay, there is a story on Fox Business.
Is there?
That they want to hire 40,000 asylum seekers, even when they're going to shutter plants in Iowa and Arkansas.
Wow. So maybe there's something to it. I did not check on Fox Business, but I did check on Fox this morning, didn't see anything.
The CEO said they want to hire 42,000.
Yeah, I can't, and I'm just going to say it again. I don't believe that there are a whole bunch of American citizens working those jobs.
Well, they did come out and say, we're against illegal immigration, but asylum seekers are okay.
Asylum seekers, yeah. Yeah. I get that. Rob Reiner, bigoted, anti-Christian film bombs at the box office. The Meathead, his film got no traction.
Really?
God and Country is a bomb. How much money did it make? First weekend, $38,000.
Hey.
Oh, 30. I could have put something on YouTube and probably got 38,000. Right. So it played in 85 movie theaters. 4 days, and it makes 38,000. That's an average of $451 per movie theater.
Per theater.
Holy crap!
Only 85 theaters tells you that movie theaters didn't want it either.
No, they don't want it. And so it's anti-Christian. It's really anti-American. And Rob Reiner, yeah, congratulations, Rob.
Wow.
Yeah, go ahead and get it. Yeah, the congratulations. Tom, what team would be the surprise team in the NCAA basketball? I did not look at this. I know UConn received the number 1 overall seed.
Number 2.
Houston.
Yep. And then there was North Carolina at number 3. And then I don't know who the fourth one was, the fourth seed. But in the women's bracket, South Carolina girls are undefeated. They're number 1 seed.
Right. Yeah.
UConn, they're not even in the top seed. And these are,
wow.
I was surprised. But
yeah, I was surprised that LSU was not in the top 10.
And they're the defending champions, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they are. So, but South Carolina had beat them.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting time.
Aside from New Mexico, some of the surprising ones are South Florida.
Okay.
Are in there. James Madison. And then Princeton's going to be there, which they've had a horrible year. But
they beat Yale for the spot.
And I thought, and maybe I'm wrong, McNeese State out of Louisiana, I think they won their conference, so I would think that means that they get a pass to the big dance.
Yeah.
They won 8 games last year. That's it.
Man. It was that heck
and
of a
they
turnaround.
hired the former coach that that coached at LSU.
Uh-huh.
And I think they lost 4 games this year. That's it.
They deserve to be in the tournament.
So crazy. All right, we got a lot of things to get to. 7:21. Trump talking about deportation. When it comes to deporting people, is he going to have the largest deportation in the history of America? Here's what he had to say over the weekend.
Not one more American life should be lost to migrant crime. When I'm president of the United States, we will demand justice for Laken. On day one, my administration will terminate every open border policy of the Biden administration. We will begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history, larger than that by far of Dwight Eisenhower. You know, Eisenhower had a similar problem, but peanuts by comparison.
But, yeah, I mean, if you look back in the day, historically, our immigration numbers compared to what they are today, I mean, even if you look at Ellis Island, how many people came across Ellis Island? I mean, it makes these numbers look, you know, they're huge today compared to yesteryear. I want to say that how many people came across Ellis Island? Was it 200,000 a year? And I could be wrong, but for some reason I'm thinking 200,000. All right, Tom, go ahead.
All right, so Duquesne was one of the teams that is going to be in the tournament. And this text says, I thought Houston got smashed by 17. And that's what I see on ESPN, but I might get another team. So
Houston's the number 1 seed.
Overall?
No.
In their region?
Yeah, in their region, they're number 1.
You know, that's been the whole reason, this one text says, for all these immigrants coming over to fill these processing plant jobs that Americans won't work and only to pay them slave wages. Yeah, that's why I say slavery still exists, says the text. And the idea of, Amarillo Redneck, the idea of transgender prisons, we can send child molesters there so they can get what they deserve, says Amarillo Redneck this morning.
A lot of time in those processing plants, they get paid a wage and then they get paid a production bonus based on how many chickens they process.
Right.
And so if you get it, you're going to make decent amount of money. Yeah. Look, my grandmother and my aunt worked in a crab processing plant and a shrimp processing plant. And that's the way they got paid. It wasn't clean work, but they got her done.
Mm-hmm.
And they made decent. I mean, it depends on how much you actually work. Tom, unfortunately, you're not making a whole bunch, bro. Sorry.
I'm semi-retired.
Trump talks about Social Security and Medicare. Remember State of the Union? Joe Biden said he wanted to get rid of it. Here's what Donald Trump said.
What I'm going to do is you'll never touch Social Security as long as I'm around, and you'll never touch Medicare.
By the way, I went looking for where Donald Trump said that he was going to change Social Security. I couldn't find it. Now, I do know this much. Earlier this year, Joe Biden said that he wanted to change Social Security. So if you made over $200,000 a year, you would not be eligible for Social Security or Medicare. That's your money. It doesn't matter how much you make. That's your money. You paid that money in. It's your money. What you do with your money is your business. Well, that's the way it's supposed to work. That's your money. Why should somebody tell you what to do with your money?
Right.
All right, 877-396-W105. ABC. Over the weekend on the Sunday show. This week with ABC. They actually came close to losing their mind. I think they might have Trump derangement syndrome.
And will continue to be about it.
Sorry, I just have to say something. Like, Donald Trump is attacking, in a broad brush sense, the basic pillars of American democracy. Period. Full stop. If that's not news to you, it's not about tariffs. That's not the reason why millions of Americans are supporting Donald Trump. Let's be real about that.
So what exactly has Donald Trump said that is destroying democracy in America? See, I hate when they make that statement and they don't allude
that'll back
to
it up, right.
Yeah, what exactly has he done? I think they're suffering from Trump derangement syndrome, no doubt. All right, 7:27, taking out trash. I'll get to that coming up next. Weather looking good today, partly sunny and 61. Looks like no wind. 10-mile-an-hour winds expected today from the northeast. Cloudy skies tonight, about 39, and then 67 tomorrow. Maybe some rain in the forecast by Wednesday, but the rest of the week after that, we're going to be back in the 70s. In fact, by Friday, they say 77. So crazy weather, warming back up by the end of the week. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Find them. They're on Facebook, TikTok, and on Instagram. Next big races coming up Friday, March 29th and Saturday, March 30th. TNT on Friday night, and then they've got the bracket racing on Saturday night. Box, no box, street, and street bikes. They'll be raced junior dragsters and more. Follow them, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Jamal, you can call him directly, 575-631-5099. By the way, some of the footage from this past weekend already up on their Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Check them out today. Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Taking out trash. I'm going to get to that up next. 7:28. We're being the Breakfast Club. Tomas.
All right, Kevin, didn't President of Mexico one time say that Mexicans do the jobs that Americans don't want to do?
I'm not. It's just not Mexicans, though. That's where he's mistaken. It's just not Mexicans. I got Filipino friends that live in Alaska that actually work at a fishery. So it's just not Mexicans. There's people from all over the world. People come here. Guest worker program.
There you go. And hey, Tom, Princeton is in the NIT tournament because they lost in the Ivy League. By the way, Yale is a 13th seed going in there. And I thought Houston got smashed by 17, but a texter just told us they got smashed by 28. Well, they played a lot of reserves in that game, so they're saving it.
You watched the game?
Saving it for the tournament, just a little bit.
They're the number one seed in the South.
Yeah, they were, and they knew they were going to be the number one seed. But, you give those reserves sometime. They're part of the team, too.
Thank you for that, Mr. Let's Give Every Kid a Trophy.
Yeah. B. There you
I
go.
appreciate you. God bless you. All right, suspect pled not guilty to charges in that drive-by shooting. Man suspected in the shooting shot from a vehicle that contained 2 infants, pled not guilty to a series of criminal counts. Teddy Joe Trujillo, 25 of Roswell, entered the plea Monday when he appeared as via Google Meet for arraignment in the 5th Judicial District Court in Roswell. The judge, Thomas Lilly, scheduled Trujillo's hearing coming up July 9th. And Trujillo is being held without bond pending his trial on these charges. By the way, Judge Lilly, thank you for holding him. Anybody that shoots from a moving vehicle and shoots at a vehicle with 2 kids in the car should be held until their trial. In fact, I would believe that they shouldn't see the light of day from that point on. Nope. I think they should be locked up. And authorities are investigating a deputy-involved shooting Sunday in Bernalillo County. It happened on the Pan American Freeway. Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office said no deputy was injured, and the multi-agency task force is looking into the incident. By the way, this is, of course, a developing story. Taking out trash this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com, 575-390-4549. Check them out today on the website. They do residential trash pickup. And they also like to remind you that the Lovington Animal Shelter needs volunteers to do repairs, help with the animals. They also need monetary donations. 575-552-3669. Call them today. Taking out the trash. It's amazing when we fly people into the country. Yeah, we fly them into the country. It's not bad enough the southern border is wide open. Department of Homeland Security flies people in. That's how this Haitian migrant came into the country and raped a disabled 15-year-old girl in a heinous act. Corey Alvarez, 26 years old, from Haiti, been charged with raping a teenager in Massachusetts at a hotel where he was staying. Yes, he was receiving free food and free housing and whatever else the government wants to give him. By the way, he entered the United States this past summer via the Joe Biden controversial CHNC parole program. He was flown to New York City directly from Haiti. How much that cost? That's about a $1,000 flight.
Wow.
By the way, CHNC, any idea what that stands for? Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela.
Okay, makes sense.
This program allows 30,000 people each month from those countries to be flown into the United States on a parole program. Yep. And we give them free housing, free cell phones. We feed them, and it's all on your dime. And they are so grateful that they murder citizens and they rape disabled individuals. God bless our country. We need all the prayers that we can actually. So even when you bring them in, you're not vetting them to make sure that maybe they're not a child rapist. Joe Biden, you have blood on your hands. You have blood on your hands. So sad. It's not bad enough we have millions of people coming across the southern border, but we're going to bring in 30,000 people a month from these countries?
Ooh.
Well, because they're having a lot of unrest there, why not bring it here?
So And I'm just going to ask, as tax season, I haven't started on my taxes. Aren't you tired of paying for this crap? Aren't you tired of paying? Taking out trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters. Tom on the text. Death penalty, should we have it? Should we bring it back? I'd love to hear from you. 877-396-W105.
All right. Tom don't know what he's talking about. Says the text. Houston played their starters. I should have cleared that up. They did start their guys, but after they were started to get blown out, they put in their reserves. It makes sense to me. You play for another day. A lot more is at stake. Hey, lots of fire trucks and ambulances going west on 128 around Denver, the Delaware Basin Road. Again, lots of trucks and ambulances going west on 128 around Delaware Basin Road. We'll get more information on that, but this report being brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Check him out today.
Another text says tax businesses only, not people. No tax refunds, and see how many people get off their butts and how many women, says the texters, too. And, hey, Tom, oh, never mind. Something about Orla. I'll check that out here in a minute. And how was the buffet this weekend? I don't know.
Yeah, Tom, how was that?
I didn't go to one. I was in Livingston in my bus practically all weekend.
Please do tell, texter.
I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe it looks like me. We do have twins somewhere.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Your twin is not in Lovington.
Well, I don't know, but that's not the first time they claim they've seen me at a buffet.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Arizona bookstore nixes its drag show for Palestine event after backlash. Let me just say this much. If you were in Palestine and the group Drag Show for Palestine or Queers for Palestine would show up in Palestine and you wanted to help out, do you have any idea what would happen? Tom, you have any idea?
No.
You would be stoned.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but you would be stoned. The whole idea of drag shows for Palestine and Queers for Palestine is just ridiculous. It's simply ridiculous. Muslims are not real nice to homosexuals. They just aren't. You go to any Muslim country, and if you're openly gay, they'll throw you off a building. Sad, but that's the truth. So the idea that you're going to do drag shows for Palestine or Queers for Palestine is just ridiculous.
Right.
Well, and one of the lead performers' names was Daddy Satan.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't think I don't think members of Hamas would go for it. I just don't believe they would. Florida man arrested for making a bomb threat at the airport. The man arrested for being accused of making a bomb threat at Page Field in Fort Myers. That happened Thursday night. Lee County Port Authority said the suspect driving a white Dodge pickup came onto the base operations about 7 p.m., made a verbal bomb threat before leaving. Let me just say, you cannot make a bomb threat at an airport. You can drink a coffee and drop a bomb in the bathroom. But other than that, you cannot talk about bombs on the airplane. You just can't.
No way.
So, well, congratulations. Unbelievable. And the Dallas Mavericks are the first NBA team with an emotional support animal.
Whatever. What did they do?
They got a Bailey, a 2-year-old mini Bernie Doodle. Have you ever heard of a Bernie Doodle?
Bernie Doodle.
I'm guessing that's a Bernese Mountain Dog Labradoodle mix. Or a Labradoodle.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So it is a emotional support animal.
Why?
And the only one in the NBA.
Well, they can't
Emotional
hire a
support
psychologist or something, or what?
They got the emotional support animal, Tom.
Still not a service animal.
Oh.
Yeah. It's an emotional support animal, and it's helping them.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
It's helping them. Tim Hardaway's on that team, Tom.
What is he really?
Yeah.
How old is he
now? He's got to be a coach. I bet he's a coach.
I mean, Jason Kidd is the coach.
Yeah. He might be an
Jason
assistant
Kidd's
coach.
the coach.
Because Tim Hardaway's
they
old,
found, They find great pleasure in cuddling with Bailey. And players do not apologize for their behavior either. So thank you. I mean, look, LeBron doesn't have to apologize. Why? And I can't believe that the NBA, even though they've come out and said LeBron James' son is not that good.
He's sorry, dude.
Well, I'm not saying he's sorry, but needs some development.
He's sorry, B.
And if his last name was Smith and not James, nobody would be looking at this kid. It's the same as Deion Sanders' kids.
Well, at least they got some potential.
We'll see.
If I was a LeBron kid, I would do something his dad never did. Go to college and finish it.
What? Not be a crybaby?
Yeah, and for 4 years, see how good you are. If you NBA wants you, they'll draft you.
Don't flop. I mean, that's something his dad's done or hasn't done all the time. All right, 19 minutes away from 8. Tom on the text. We're going to do things that happened on this date in history coming up next. We're B on the Breakfast Club.
You know, Tim Hardaway Jr. is on that team, says the text. And Travis from Texas earlier said there was a wreck in Orla. He said that wreck is on 285 Salt Creek Bridge there in Orla. That report being brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Check him out today.
And you're darn right, says John from Eunice. We need to bring back the death penalty. Like Ron White said, you put it in an express lane if you kill a cop. But the left won't in New Mexico, not even for killing an officer. They'll just cry crocodile tears and keep blaming the guns. But that POS, he needs to die, says John.
Well, about the only way he's going to die. And just remember, he'll go to prison in a state like New Mexico, and he will be a hero in our prison system. Sure will. All right, I have a question concerning Biden's communication director.
Okay.
Made a statement about Trump's bloodbath.
What?
So this is somebody that's getting paid for by us. Or is it the communications director for the campaign? I'm going to look into that, because if he's getting paid for by tax dollars, I don't think he should be able to make comments like that. But, I mean, the way things go nowadays, it can get away with pretty much anything. All right, 742.
I think campaign communications director is paid for from the campaign funds.
Right.
Oh, is he? Or she?
Yeah.
Yeah. If he's getting paid for it by the campaign, that's different to get paid for it by tax dollars. So. And I'm going to look into Joe Biden supposedly finalizing major gas crackdown by the end of this week, which is not going to help the auto industry at all, as China continues to build more factories in Mexico. All right, 743. Things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms and the indoor firing range. Check them out today. State-of-the-art indoor firing range. If you were thinking about getting some shooting in, not a problem. They have the climate control indoor shooting range and the Milo FBI training simulator with over 1,000 different scenarios. Looking for a gun? They have the perfect gun for you. They have a huge selection of firearms. They also offer financing. It is available, and they are one of the largest firearms dealers around. They offer tactical gear. Also, if you're looking for optics and that type of stuff, not a problem. If you're a first-time gun owner, first-time shooter, and you want to buy a gun for personal protection, not a problem. They offer one-on-one training or group training if you're a first-time shooter. Find out more information today at 2A Tactical Firearms and the indoor range. You can find them at 236 East Navajo and Hobbs, or you can go to the website 2atacticalrange.com. Looks like Britain repealed the Stamp Act on this date in 1766. Stagecoach Company began in 1850. Tom, there were two guys, Henry Wells and Williams Fargo. What's the name of the company?
Wells Fargo?
Oh, Tom scores one. Wow. North Dakota, hail insurance law, enacted the first hail insurance policy, and it became a law in North Dakota in 1911. Electric razor hit the market. Schick electric razor in 1931. Pop and Fresh Pillsbury Doughboy was introduced in 1961. And St. Patrick's Day, after St. Patrick's Day sales begin today. Adam Levine is 45. Queen Latifah is 54. Bonnie Blair, figure skater or speed skater, is 60 years old, former Olympian, and former Miss America singer, actress Vanessa Williams is 61 years old.
Really?
Tom, she didn't hold on to the crown long when she was Miss America.
Miss New Jersey.
Yeah. All right, so who was she married to back
She's
in the
married
day?
to Rick Fox, player for the Los Angeles Lakers back in the day.
Sure was. I don't think they're married anymore. All right, 746. We are B and the Breakfast Club. We'll talk about those gas cars coming up in a second. Tom on the text 877-396-W105.
All right, American Patriot is chiming. He says, hey, Tom, tell them not to forget who the boss is, says the text. Says American Patriot. Why does Tom think he has to lie on the radio every day to make people think he knows something? Because I do know something. That's why. And Bronny James will be...
Wait.
What?
If he didn't lie on the radio...
Well, not lies, but people have to look it up. Bronny James will be drafted next year in the NBA. Not because he's good, because it will sell tickets.
By the way, his name is Bronny James.
Oh, Bronny. It's in the neighborhood. Because
you called him Riney.
They say because it will sell tickets and merchandise when him and LeBron, his daddy, are on the same team. You might be right on that one.
I mean, it's the same thing as Beyonce going to number one in country. It takes the place of a legitimate person that has put in the time and effort.
Right.
It's the same thing. It's BS.
It's BS. But you look who she's married to. That thug Jay-Z.
Just keep reading the text,
and
please.
Tony Hunter says, so when he has to be... So when has it been okay to bring animals into a restaurant or store unless they are a working animal? Ask the text.
It's not. Only service animals, which does not include emotional support animals.
By the way, you can get your credentials for a service animal fairly easy.
You don't have, that animal doesn't have credentials?
Well, not real credentials. You can get
I'm
other
just saying,
credentials.
I mean, they give you a driver's license, right? And you can't drive worth a damn.
Oh, my.
How many accidents have you had?
Well, I do got to say this. I hit a pole.
What?
I was putting gas in, and I didn't see the pole. You know, the little U-poles at the gas station?
No, they're not little. And by the way, they're painted yellow for a reason.
Well, this was white, and I hit it, and I did a little damage. It's probably $150 worth.
Tom, let me just say this much.
What?
You couldn't do $150 damage to a car.
Yeah, I just take it off with a rubber hammer, pound it out, repaint it, put it back in.
Tom just didn't want to have a car that didn't have damage.
It's no biggie.
Jared, let me just say this much. You're not hammering anything and painting anything. And when it comes to pounding out, that ain't happening either.
Well, I do have a friend who's a body shop guy.
Yeah, there you go. I got a friend, and they'll do it for like nothing. Because I'm Tom A.
And now look, the replacement little, it's not the quarter panel, it's the panel under the light. Okay? And probably $150 to get a new one.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, because you know so much about the price of car stuff. Yeah. Yes. Biden's administration set to finalize a major gas crackdown. Warnings coming to automakers and energy industry. So the Biden administration expecting this week to finalize the highly anticipated regulations targeting gas-powered vehicles and the tailpipe emissions. They call this the tip of the spear. Environmental Protection Agency is slated to issue a final rulemaking, which officials have boasted that would incentivize electric vehicles, of course, because nobody went out and bought the electric vehicles. You gave tax, all kind of other stuff. You gave tax breaks, but nothing happened. So this new regulation that's coming out is going to penalize gas-powered cars even further. They're going to reduce greenhouse gases down to 29%. And they also want to reduce oil imports by 20 billion barrels. I have no problem with you reducing oil imports. None. By the way, we can become energy efficient on our own. Not a problem. Penalizing gas-powered cars, yeah, I got a problem with that. I do. All right, 7:51. Tom, quickly to the text morning show this morning, being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry. Thinking about letting them take care of everything, not a problem. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes, starch them up, dry clean them. And if you want to take care of all of that by yourself, they have coin-operated machines at all three of their locations. Find them 609 West Lee Street in Carlsbad, 604 West Church Street, and 406 West Cedar in Loving. Check them out, North Star Laundry. They can do all your laundry, or you can take care of it yourself. They're open 7 days a week. 7:52, Tom.
All right, Tom, you should go to the gas station and ask them to pay for the damage to your car because they put the post out there too far. Send the text. I had it by accident. Jimmy Burnside says, if a place of business doesn't have signage that states no animals unless they are certified service animals, you can't take them anywhere, and no one can tell you any different.
That's not actually true, because there are health regulations.
So,
like restaurants and things, there are health regulations against just taking animals in.
Oh, okay. And any coincidence, Tom was born the same year as the Pillsbury Doughboy was released, says the text. You guys are awful. Oh, by the way, Blake. By the way,
he is the brown and serve roll.
Yeah, go ahead. Blake,
almost spilled the Red Bull.
You just kill yourself, don't you? Dang. And Blake, you're a trooper, man. You sound like crap and still come to work. If that was Tom, he would have stayed home.
Well, no, he would just get everybody else sick.
He did. And I was out at the end of last week because I couldn't even talk like this.
I know.
I was whispering.
Yeah, thanks for getting everybody sick, Tom.
I'm getting better, but I'm still here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, because you got everybody else sick.
Whatever.
All right, on the way, some of the stories we'll talk about. Maryland thieves connected to a theft ring in South America. I wonder if they were flown here. Marriage rates are actually, the number of people getting married is up, and divorces are down for the first time in America. I'll give you why. I'll tell you why divorces are down. Mike Pence has not endorsed Donald Trump yet. We'll talk about that. And Jill Biden's, her, what's that called? Work husband is in big trouble. Sexually harassing people? I'll get to that. And an 18-year-old will be kept behind bars after being accused of firing a gun into a car. This happened at West Mesa High School. And a bar in Milwaukee, Wisconsin will shelter in place when it comes time for the RNC convention. I'll tell you my thoughts. And I'm going to be honest with you. If it was the Democratic National Convention and I owned a bar, I would take all their money. I'll get to that story in just a second. Morning show this morning. We're going to get you updated with news in just a second. We got to do our national anthem and our pledge. Keep you updated with everything going on. KWMW, Mount Jamora, 105.1 FM. Stand by. We will qualify you for the trip we're giving away to Disney. We'll get you a chance to qualify for that in just a second. National anthem and the pledge this morning being brought to you by Rebecca Long, your Farmers Insurance agent. Has been your Farmers Insurance agent for 40-plus years. And Rebecca started when she was 19 years of age. Give her a call this morning. Let her put together a quote to meet all your needs. So if you need homeowners insurance, auto insurance, maybe you have boats and RTVs and that type of stuff, she can handle all of that, and life insurance and commercial insurance. Give her a call, 575-393-2661. Rebecca Long, she's your Farmers Insurance agent and proud sponsor of the National Anthem and the Pledge on W105.
Good morning. My name is Drew Mosier. Time for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Carrie Underwood.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets sparkling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
2 minutes away from 8 o'clock. We are W105. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Jude Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Psalms 22 this morning, the Lord is king, and he rules the nations.
Hi, my name is Jose Luevno. I work for Jude Oil. Would you please join us in saying the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Quick check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Atlas Maker Mirror. Give Rebecca Long a call, 575-631-3189. Best makeup mirror in the business. Find out more information at atlasmakermirror.com. Times 1, times 5, times 10. Magnification, LED lights, and it weighs less than 4 pounds. All the information, atlasmakermirror.com or 575-631-3189. Call Rebecca Long today. Sunny skies today, 61 for the high. Winds less than 10 miles an hour. Cloudy tonight and 39. Tomorrow, 15-mile-an-hour winds from the south and a high 67. Maybe some rain in the forecast by Wednesday. Quick check of the weather. All you got to do is go to W105radio.com. Let's get updated with news this morning. Being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale. Give him a call, 575-208-5300. Luke Ragsdale selling the big cases, $10 million case in the patch, $9 million medical malpractice case. Luke is always selling the slip and falls and the car accidents. If you've been in the accident, call Luke Ragsdale. And if you need somebody to defend you in the court of law, Luke Ragsdale is that guy. RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Let's qualify you for the trip we're giving away to Disney. We're coming back. News coming up next. We're W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. The U.S. Supreme Court set to hear arguments later this morning on if the Biden administration went too far by pressuring social media sites to take down content. Missouri Senator Eric Schmidt filed an original lawsuit when he was the state's AG.
Some of the highest-ranking government officials in our country colluding and coercing with some of the biggest social media companies in the world to suppress millions of posts related to the Hunter Biden laptop story, the origins of COVID, the lab leak.
A Republican earlier on Fox and Friends. It's a busy week for President Biden visiting Texas, Arizona, and Nevada. Spring rushes in tomorrow night, but not before one final blast on the last day of winter.
16 in Fargo, 26 in Chicago. Cold enough for snow, by the way, across portions of the Midwest and the Northeast.
Fox senior meteorologist Janice Dean. America's listening to Fox News.
Class A CDL driver and heavy equipment operator opportunities are available now at McNabb Partners in Hobbs. If you have Class A experience with a dump truck or belly end dump, apply today. If you have experience with a backhoe, track hoe, loaders, or road graders, hurry down to 5014 West Carlsbad Highway to apply. McNabb Partners also has openings for general laborers. Uniforms provided. Don't miss out on paid health, dental, vision, and life insurances, plus a 401k. Apply in person today, 5014 West Carlsbad Highway in Hobbs. McNabb Partners is an equal opportunity employer. Must pass pre-employment drug screen.
There is no one in New Mexico who's a better friend of our oil and gas jobs than Representative Larry Scott. Larry Scott understands oil and gas. That's why we need Larry Scott in the state Senate, so he can fight for us. Larry Scott, protecting our jobs, protecting oil and gas, protecting Southeast New Mexico. We need Larry Scott in the state Senate, paid for by the committee to elect Larry R. Scott.
Save the date for this year's Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament, April 20th and 21st. Hoop it up in an action-packed weekend of competitive basketball at 200 East Broadway in downtown Hobbs. Bring your A game and compete for prizes and bragging rights. Enjoy the finest in basketball action, as well as food trucks, vendor booths, and a variety of family-friendly activities. Don't miss out on the ultimate basketball experience at the Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament this April 20th and 21st. Register at macro.com and stay tuned for more details to come from our social media accounts. Enjoy all the fun from the Boys and Girls Club of Hobbs in your city of Hobbs.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
This is Danny Kirkendall at Guy Chevrolet Company in Artesia. We have the best news to share with you this month. It's been a long time coming, and we couldn't be more excited. This month, and this month only, you get 1.9% APR for 72 months on all 2024 Chevy Silverado half-tons and select 2024 GMC Sierra half-tons. 1.9 for 72 months, all at the same time. And it's on the trucks that you want. So hurry in today to Guy Chevrolet Company on the corner of 1st and Main in Artesia and at GuyChevy.com.
Picture this. You're behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground, moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever, and enjoying the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand what this feels like, you just have to get in the seat.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell or visit them online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherlands.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
The Cameron City NRA Annual Banquet is Saturday, April the 13th at the Walter Gerald Performing Arts and Exhibition Center in Carlsbad. Live and silent auction, steak dinner with all the trimming, and cash bar. With over 80 guns and prizes for this event. That's Saturday, April the 13th at the Walter Gerald Exhibition Center in Carlsbad. For table reservation and seating info, contact Sean, 575-361-5626, 575-361-5626, or go to nra.org/events.
Wilbanks Trucking Services is seeking dedicated, responsible, and committed professionals to join their team. CDL positions that pay starting at $25 an hour and higher depending on experience. Non-CDL positions starting at $20 per hour. And crane operators at $34 per hour and higher, depending on experience. Wilbanks Trucking Services offers comprehensive training and excellent benefits, including medical, dental, and vision, 401k, as well as housing for out-of-town employees. To join the leaders in oilfield services, call 575-746-6318 or visit wilbanks.us for more information on career opportunities. Wilbanks Trucking Services is an equal opportunity employer.
This is really degrading to women.
Call or text 877-396-W105. Powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God Studio. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Call or text 877-396-W105. Brought to you by your Kubota dealer and found at AmigoMachinery.com. Question of the day being brought to you by Lovington Auto Supplies, your Napa dealer.
What a beautiful day to be in denial.
All right, 807. We are W105. It is a beautiful Monday. Weather looking good. We'll check the forecast in just a second. Raccoon was recently seen riding a chairlift at a Vermont ski resort. By the way, did not pay for that seat either. Somebody's very upset. Kind of surprised to see a raccoon riding a lift, because usually they just spend all day digging through the trash and stuff. But, yeah. So, by the way, they said that's not the first time they've seen a raccoon, going all the way to the top of the mountain on a chairlift. Crazy. 877-396-W105, BM, the Breakfast Club. Spring officially arrives tomorrow. And Mexico City artist is putting together new things like the giant headstone. Go check out that story. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. The match coming up Saturday, July 20th. Odd makers are putting Jake as the favorite. I'm gonna be honest.
Please.
That's not a fight I would bet on.
No.
Did you see
number one, it's an exhibition fight.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see some of the rules?
Yeah, headgear.
Yeah.
18-ounce gloves.
His brother? He can tag his brother.
Get out.
Oh, please.
Really? For real?
Who would pay to watch this? That's why it's on Netflix.
What's Mike Tyson getting for that fight?
He's going to
I'm sure Mike Tyson made about $60 million. as a fighter.
Yeah, career-wise, yeah.
And blew most of that money.
Sure did.
And his net worth is about $10 million now.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, $10 million is not bad. He could spend the rest of his life, but I mean, he's not ultra wealthy. Not considering that Mayweather. What do you think his net worth is?
$300 million, maybe.
Oh, heck no, Tom. He's over $1 billion. He's the only fighter ever to make money like that.
Wow.
Billion. Yeah.
Invested well, I believe, too.
Well, I think he invested well. I think, look, I'm not a fan of his fighting skills.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I mean, if I want to watch track meet, I'll watch track meet, but I have nothing to say. I think he raises his kids well.
He does.
And, I mean, same thing with LeBron James. He's been with the same woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Mayweather, if he's with the same woman, but I'm speaking about LeBron.
I'll give that to LeBron. Yeah.
Has taken care of his family and taken care of his money.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Maryland thieves connected to a theft ring in South America. By the way, entered the country illegally. So Baltimore County, Maryland residents last month have noticed that there's a lot of homes that are being burglarized at the hands of this theft ring. They arrested 6 individuals, all coming from Chile. And you're not going to believe this. They're connected to an international theft ring.
Of course.
And by the way, we can find these individuals that are part of this theft ring in North Carolina, Alabama, Oklahoma, all over the place. All members of the same theft ring. Craziness that, and by the way, we allowed them in. I don't know if you've seen some of these videos that are out there that show a lady coming across the border. She went to Mexico and made her way across. She's an American citizen. She wanted to prove a point. But when we think about borders being open, I'm not talking, I could drive a truck through the open gate. That's because the gate is gone. They took down part of the fence. You know, at first I was like, well, they can't be doing this. It's not intentional. No, it's intentional. Everything that's going on today is intentional. Marriage rates are up and divorces are down. Tom, you have any idea why that is?
Marriage rates are up and divorces are down because they gotta live with one another. Economy, baby.
Live with them.
Economy.
Well, it's the economy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the economy. I mean, when marriages are up and divorces are down, you know the economy is down.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's cheaper to keep her. I guess we could say it's cheaper. It's cheaper to keep him. Whatever, it goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when the economy is in the toilet, people stay together.
I think you're right.
Because they can't afford to split up.
Yeah.
So they just stay together. They work it out. 812, we are B on the Breakfast Club. Mike Pence has not endorsed Donald Trump. And he said it's not just about January 6th. He said he will not be endorsing Donald Trump. Said this on Face the Nation. Now, let me ask you this. Earlier, when he was running for president, he had to sign that agreement like Chris Christie that said whoever is the nominee, you're going to support them.
Oh, yeah. We'll see.
I think he signed that. I know Nikki Haley signed it.
But neither of them are going to honor it. So what was it good, was it?
So that tells me that their character is in question also. Now, you've been a backer of Pence for a long time.
Since he was.
So is that a character flaw when you signed a piece of paper and saying you're going to endorse somebody or back somebody and you don't?
Well, unless they, what's that deal that you stamp it with? Notarized it, then it's no good.
What?
Yeah.
So
Unless
if
they
it's
notarize
notarized, it's no good.
It's no good.
So you're just saying, if you signed an agreement, if it's not notarized,
they ain't no good.
Okay.
So if I called you in when I was the manager of the station and wrote you up, and I wrote you up an official documentation that went into your personal file, if I didn't notarize it, it wasn't any good. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
No. Doesn't have to be notarized.
Well, then I wouldn't have signed it.
You signed every paper I gave you, writing you up.
I don't think
Oh, I know so, because I wasn't a notary.
Well, so there you go. See, I proved my case.
God bless us all. All right, how much has Google interfered with major elections?
A lot. A lot for a long time.
Yes. Google has interfered with elections 41 times over the past 16 years, according to the Media Research Center. This story up on Fox, if you want to go check it. They just posted it. Google has interfered with major elections in the United States 41 times in the last 16 years, according to Media Research Center. MRC researchers found 41 times that Google has interfered with our elections. 41 times. And by the way, which direction do you think that goes? You think it sways voters to not vote for Republicans or not vote for Democrats? Which way you think it goes, Tom? I haven't read the story, but I guarantee you it sways only one direction.
Democrat.
And that's to the left.
Yeah.
Examples appeared that they favored Barack Obama over John McCain in 2008 and in 2012 with Mitt Romney. God, I forgot. Mitt Romney in 2012. Republicans have picked some terrible candidates. Thank God that Donald Trump came and saved the day. John McCain. So they actually tried to help Hillary Clinton against Donald Trump 41 different times in 16 years. They can pinpoint where Google actually interfered with elections. Go check that story out. I'm going to read the complete story coming up. All right, let's talk about Joe Biden. Jill Biden's house husband or work husband.
I hate
so
that
Jill
term.
Biden.
That term.
Yeah.
It's a dumb term.
Yeah. House. So work husband. So this guy, Anthony Burrell, is an assistant to the president and the first lady. This guy has been accused of bullying and verbally sexual harassing people. In fact, he will go to a male staffer and guess their penis size.
Oh, my God.
Many people have said he makes people feel uncomfortable and makes them... Now, isn't that pretty much the same thing the governor did?
No, she
to the
grabbed
young
it.
man?
She grabbed it.
She spilled water on it and grabbed it and said, "You're not much of a man." So this guy can do all of that, and he thinks he's untouchable. One of the first things Joe Biden said when he became president of the United States, "I'm going to hold people accountable." Hasn't held this guy accountable. I don't think Joe even wanted to go near him. He didn't want this guy to hold him accountable. 18-year-old will be kept behind bars after being accused of firing a gun from a car. So I had a similar story out of Roswell. This is out of Albuquerque. 18-year-old going to be held behind bars after accused of recklessly firing a gun in public multiple times. According to the criminal complaint, this happened at West Mesa High School, near West Mesa High School, an apartment complex near. And it took more than a week and 2 other drive-by shootings before police actually got their guy, Joshua Strongarm. When they confronted him, he couldn't give the police a good reason why he had fired a gun. Told police he fired shots at the location just because. By the way, shooting from a motor vehicle, and he was charged with that and unlawful possession of a firearm by a minor.
Yeah.
Haven't they got the memo that the governor sent out about firearms? So the next question is, how was he able to obtain a firearm?
Right.
Because we know it wasn't through the normal legal chains. We know that. Elderly Washington State man reportedly poisoned with fentanyl by a pair he met on a dating app.
Oh, my.
Mercer Island police arrested Philip Brewer, 32, and Christina Hardy, 47. They are facing charges that they poisoned Curtis England, 74 years old. This was a scheme to rob him. Police say that they believe that became acquainted with him over several months, and they were trying to financially defraud him. Fentanyl used to poison him. All right, I'm just going to say, if I own a bar,
okay,
and the DNC is coming to town,
okay,
I'm going to be honest. I'm about to make money. That's all I care about. As a bar, you know the number one thing I care about? Making money.
Making money.
I might even put some posters up of Barack Obama and all kind of other stuff because I'm about making money. I am a capitalist with a capital C. Well, this bar says they do not want any Trumpers at their bar. By the way, the name of the bar is the Mothership.
Oh, God.
And they will not, they're going to close that week that the Republican National Convention is there.
Oh,
yeah, good for them. We
Yeah,
don't want them to make money.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. But they told Rolling Stone magazine that they will just close shop when the RNC is in town. Awesome. Close shop. I guarantee you somebody else will make that money.
Right.
For sure. No doubt. All right, 822. Tom and the text, 877-396-W105. Blake, you want me to get to the boob of the day?
I can try to do it if you want.
I can.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that next. So, Tom and the text.
All right, Mike promises to retire Jake Paul. According to Mike, if you think I signed a contract for money, you are stupid. I'm coming to retire him early so he can join his brother in the WWE. Listen, he ain't doing crap to me. You're going to see how old I am fight night. I like Jake as a person. He knows it, but I'm a different animal. I'm doing the world of boxing a favor, Mike says. Enough with the nonsense. You see.
I hope that's the case. I mean, look, the Paul brothers are, they're great marketers. They really are. They really are. But I hope Mike Tyson is the old Mike Tyson. Because I watched that fight when he fought, who was it, Roy Jones Jr.?
Mm-hmm.
I hope he comes out with Killer Mike. I mean, back in the day. Remember Mike Tyson? You pay for those pay-per-view fights, and he knocked somebody out like in 30 seconds?
Yes, sir.
I
Michael
hope
Spinks
that
was
Mike
one
Tyson
of them.
comes out.
Yeah. John from Eunice, guys, I sent an opinion last week. If you're a repeat offender, shoot from a vehicle, or a felon caught with a gun, you lose your trigger finger. He says, that's pretty darn humane, says John from Eunice this morning. And yeah, you're right. divorces are down because, well, it's cheaper to keep her. And what's up with the eclipse coming up? That's in April, I believe, isn't it? Like, it's in April.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's going to hit this area or not.
No, it's going.
No.
Starts in South Texas and runs across the DFW and goes on up through the Northeast.
Okay. An eclipse means the moon covers the sun, basically.
Yeah, it's a total eclipse.
Yeah. And there you go.
Of your heart, Tom.
Yeah.
Total eclipse of your heart.
Yeah.
Texas counties lead the U.S. when it comes to population growth. I was surprised that Midland, Odessa did not make this list.
Oh, yeah.
Kaufman County, the number one fastest growing county. That's east of Dallas.
No, it's north.
North of Dallas.
Is it north?
Yeah, Plano.
Oh, yeah, that area,
7.6% increase.
Man.
And the census data shows that the fastest growing county in the entire United States.
Yeah, it's Frisco, Plano.
Yeah, and Harris County was number 2, which is Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Other counties that were growing leaps and bounds, Tarrant County, Denton County, and Collin County, all around Fort Worth. So Texas has grown over 1 million people in population since the last census.
Wow.
Crazy. Mullet sporting motorcyclist with his license plate will run led police on a high-speed chase. Wow. By the way, second time in 1 week. Will run means that he will run. Yeah, license plate will run. By the way, unfortunately, cops found out that it means he will run. By the way, he did have drugs on him when he, on drugs with a mullet. Yeah. By the way, there's a good barber in prison. They'll probably lop that thing off. 8:26. Tom, anything else before we do our boob of the day?
Yeah, this text is saying, have you seen the rules of Mike and Logan? They are ridiculous. Not worth seeing the fight. And Mitchell from Lubbock, this one last text, says, I don't care what you say. It's a money grab fight between Paul and Tyson. It's an exhibition. There will be no knockouts. I guarantee you it's in the contract.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Says Mitchell.
I mean, right now, all they're doing is hyping.
Yeah, that's it.
They're hyping the fight is all they're doing. I mean, nothing would throw me more than Mike Tyson knocking out Jake Paul.
Come on,
man. I mean, nothing would throw me. I mean, Mike Tyson right now is what, 230 maybe?
How about that? Yeah, in the neighborhood.
I mean, Jake Paul was probably 190.
Going to get killed, dude.
Well, I doubt he's going to get killed.
One punch. If they were real gloves with no headgear, yeah.
Even 18-ounce gloves, Mike Tyson could probably put the hurt on somebody. All right, 8:27, morning show this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. Find them at 811 West Main in Artesia. Check them out. They're serving up breakfast right now, and for lunch, they offer their daily specials and barbecue. Talk to them about their barbecue, bacon barbecue wrap burger. This thing is wrapped, the whole burger wrapped with bacon and barbecued and then put in the smoker. Sounds awesome. Try that. 575-736-2573. Call them today. Get in there for breakfast or lunch, 811 West Main at Artesia, Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. Taking a break. We're coming right back. It's 8:28. We're W105. Checking in with news. First, though, let's qualify you for the trip to Disney.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office says there was a deputy-involved shooting in the area of Unser and Anderson Hill. New Mexico State Police said Jeremy Smith, the man wanted for killing Officer Justin Hare, has been captured. BCSO said Sunday morning a clerk at a gas station located on Sunshine West Plaza Drive reporting they saw someone matching Smith's description. Smith reportedly spotted walking on Unser, and authorities established a perimeter. A foot pursuit took place. Shots were fired, but Smith was hit. He was then taken to a hospital. He will be charged. Wording that would have blocked the project to store spent nuclear fuel rods near Carlsbad and Hobbs stripped from the U.S. Senate version of the appropriations bill being considered by Congress, despite its inclusion in the House of Representatives legislation. Holtec International proposed the project to hold up to 100,000 metric tons of the used fuel at the surface on a 1,000-acre property near the Eddy-Lee County line and received the license to build and operate last year from the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. That license was challenged during an ongoing lawsuit by environmental groups against the NRC, and oral arguments were held earlier this month by the U.S. Circuit Court for the District of Columbia, which will rule at a later date. Two spills of oil-filled wastewater that were not cleaned up for years near Carlsbad landed a Permian Basin oil company $2 million in fines last Thursday by state regulators. Murchison Oil and Gas issued a notice of violation of the Oil Conservation Division, an arm of the Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources Department, for the incidents along with a civil penalty. The OCD reported the company failed to properly clean up spilled produced water at two separate well sites about 16 miles south of Carlsbad. Produced water is a combination of flowback from hydraulic fracturing or fracking, fluids and formation water brought to the surface with oil and gas from the underground rock formations. The OCD said remediating produced water spills was needed to prevent environmental contamination. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Thanks for calling Toyota.
My kids are really excited about spring break, so I'm looking for a new Toyota to help make it amazing.
Imagine you and the kids in a Tundra on your way
To the lake to go speedboating.
or even taking a RAV4
To an animal sanctuary to pet ghosts.
Sounds like your kids aren't the only ones excited about spring break.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
Don't miss the St. Patty's Day sale now through March 19th at the Working Guys store. Draw a coin from the leprechaun hat and get up to 20% off your entire purchase. New merchandise everywhere from Huck, Cinch, Maui Jim, and Yeti. Western wear and Western jewelry. Why pay more? Shop the Working Guys store. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 7, Saturdays 9 to 6, and Sundays 10 to 5 at 109 East Broadway.
Daniel Velos, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet. It's March Madness, March Insanity, March Craziness, whatever you want to call it. Bring yourself down here to Carlsbad Chevrolet. Do yourself a favor. We have the most used cars, probably most mixed here in Southeast New Mexico and West Texas, and we want to get it on with you guys. Trade in your vehicle, sell it to us, do whatever it takes. Let's get you into these deals as low as 1.9%. Folks, we haven't seen that in a long time. Right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet, your home of the great, great guys and gals.
There's been talk in the news that it's hard to get credit these days. Not here. Just like always, we're making auto loans. We offer competitive rates and quick service. We make our loan decisions locally, so you don't have to wait for out-of-town approval on your loan. Make this strong move. Get your auto loan from us. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
Carlsbad, get ready as 505 Productions is back with their huge gun and knife show at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center, 4012 National Parks Highway this weekend. Starting Friday, March 22nd from 4 to 8 p.m., Saturday, March 23rd from 9 to 5, and Sunday, March 24th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Over 170 tables to shop with guns, knives, ammo, scopes, and other gun accessories, jewelry, hides, gold and silver, plenty of 2A shirts and merch, and much more. more. Admission is just $7 per day or $10 for the weekend. Kids under 12 are free. Don't miss the 505 Productions Gun Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center on National Parks Highway in Carlsbad.
B and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me.
877-396-W105, B and the Breakfast Club. Already 8:34. Japanese Zoo held a escaped animal training drill. And, by the way, white tiger had gotten loose. That caused them to do the training. Can you imagine a tiger gets loose in your town?
That would be horrible.
Yeah, that's like Tom driving in your town. I don't think there's anything different. Sooner or later, there's going to actually.
I don't think the tiger's going to hit the pole at the gas station.
No, I think it's a little different. Jenny McCarthy and Donnie Wahlberg are going to celebrate their 10th wedding anniversary. They're going to renew their vows. That's a long time in Hollywood, 10 years. Yeah. Tom, who did she date before she got with Mark Wahlberg?
I don't remember.
He's from Lovington.
I don't remember.
Brian Erlacher, right?
That's right, Brian. That's right.
Yeah, I think it was Brian Erlacher. Looks like a 2-year-old Great Dane saves their owner's life days after he adopted the big dog. Andrew Smizer had been ill and losing his balance. And a friend suggests that you get a big dog to help you out. He adopted the dog at the Animal Welfare Department in Albuquerque on March 9th. Peanut is the dog's name. Peanut had been at the shelter since November. Nobody wants a dog that big because it's huge. And within 24 hours at the house, the dog saved the day when he fell and hit his head. He couldn't move. Made things worse, he had fallen and basically had hit his windpipe, and it was pinched shut. That's when the dog was able to help him. Dog gradually pushed into a sitting position that saves the day. Congratulations. Good job.
That's cool.
Good boy.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, that's an awesome story right there from Albuquerque. All right, Tom, on the way, we're going to tell you what this guy was doing at the supermarket. Not nice, not fun. Boob of the day coming up in a second. Our number 877-396-W105. Tom on the text, please.
All right. Mike is looking pretty fierce. Watching him train right now, I think he's hitting harder and faster. It's pretty bad that Jake's friends are telling him that going up against Mike Tyson is a bad idea. She was married to Donnie Wahlberg. Yeah, we knew that. So the texter was saying. And another texter saying, wasn't Mike Tyson banned from boxing? Never was, even after he bit Evander Holyfield's ear off. But he was.
No, I don't think he was banned from boxing.
No, he did spend 3 years in prison for a rape. That was early in his career. But that's when I think you said that Donald Trump was there for him. Always supported him. Yeah. So.
And friends to this day. Yeah. Donald Trump. That racist.
Right.
By the way, Mike Tyson has defended Donald Trump to this day, and part of the reason is that he said nobody else stood by me, but Donald Trump did.
Yes, sir. John from Eunice says, thanks. I hope your voice comes back quick. Says John from Eunice this morning.
That was my answer to John.
Oh, that was the answer to John. Okay. And there you go. And my voice
it was in the neighborhood, Blake. Come
Right.
on, it was in the neighborhood.
Hey, buddy,
Get
I'll
paid for
give you some
effort.
vitamin A.
John
man.
said, Blake, glad to hear you back. You sound like Tom reads the text messages, though. You sound like crap. Get well, man.
I got the vitamin A in the bag, buddy, if you want some.
What does vitamin A do, Tom?
Well, it's an immune pill. And what it did to me, day one, my voice started to clear up. It's still not there, but nothing else worked.
Vitamin A.
That helps. Vitamin A helps with vision, growth, some antioxidant stuff.
But it says immune, too, on the bottle.
Okay.
So if it works, why do you want to steal my thunder for?
I'm just saying.
I'm looking it up right now. Vitamin A benefits. Supports your immune system. That doesn't mean when you get sick, you can take it. By the way, what that means, it's preventative.
Well, it's preventative for me getting sick again. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know. You still sound like crap. So
Well, I mean, it's gonna take a
please
while.
do not be giving medical advice out.
Well,
Just-
it's like I say, B, proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, and you sound like crap. So
I
the
gotta-
proof is in the pudding.
I got a bunch of vitamins I'm up on right now. So
Oh, yeah?
hopefully it'll get better fast.
Helping you, ain't it?
Hopefully it'll get better fast.
All right, 877-396-W105, 20 minutes away from 9. Morning show this morning being brought to you by WWRV. They have 3 RV parks in Carlsbad, 162 hookups. Everyone coming with 30 and 50 amps, and including all your utilities, including high-speed internet wired right to your hookup. If you are a gamer or maybe stream movies and that type of stuff, this is never going to be a problem. 988-0392 or WWRV3.com. They're pet-friendly, very well lit up. Check them out today, WWRV3.com. Still to come, we're going to get to the boob of the day up next. 8:41, a man charged with vile acts at the Safeway. Oh, my goodness. This guy
That's
was
the
a...
boob.
Okay, well, I'm going to skip it then.
And I'm gonna.
I don't want to take Tom's thunder away since he's doing it.
Yeah, he volunteered to do it.
All right, let's
so.
talk about Biden's new shoes. Mysterious new shoes. I'm going to be honest. When I look at the shoes, they look too big for him.
Bozo the Clown?
I did see this much. They're not lace-up shoes.
Slip-ons, are they?
Velcro.
Well, they're slip-ons, and then it has a little deal that you just kind of
Velcro.
stretch.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, no, it's not. It's not Velcro, but the heel is a little higher in the back. I also noticed that. But Joe Biden's newest shoes are open to a debate about his health and physical condition. And the new shoes, the Biden shoes, his handlers are making him wear the brand new shoes. Some people say it's like a boat anchor, that they weigh a lot and it keeps him balanced. They kind of take on the shoes, the hookah shoes. You know which ones I'm talking about? The HOKA. I don't know. They look really different. They definitely, and supposedly these shoes are made so with a wider sole and so that you don't stumble and fall.
See if it weighs half, if it works.
So, God bless you, Joe. We wish you the best of luck. It's still not going to help you when it comes to going up a pair of stairs. Not going to help you. All right, 8:43. Neil Young has announced he's back on Spotify. Remember, he had protest Joe Rogan.
Yes.
But now he's back. Yeah, he's been off of Spotify since 2022. By the way, Rogan is still on, but he's coming back. I guess he needs the money. We'll talk about 6 individuals arrested yesterday in Las Cruces. We'll get to that story. Let's get to the boob of the day. Being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff. Check them out. They offer ozone therapy, stem cell therapy. They also offer a way to treat you naturally with natural supplements, hormonal optimization, testosterone replacement therapy, and more. 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Follow them at thedesertfma.com, proud sponsor of the boob of the day.
Well, people say that you should be in love with your work, but with some jobs, that's just not realistic. Although this guy really pushed the envelope. His name is 32-year-old Steven Masada. He got busted last month after allegedly getting frisky, all the way, with some of the products at the store, including fruits, vegetables, and baked goods. Now, that's disgusting because these items weren't sealed. And unfortunately, or fortunately, he wasn't caught in the act either. The police nabbed him after he was seen pleasuring himself outside numerous office, coffee shops, and businesses. Now, that led police to searching his home, and they found video evidence of his vile supermarket discretion. These videos were from last summer. Now, Steven now is facing a slew of charges with more on the way, including attempted sexual assault on a child, because some of the victims of the disturbing grocery store antics are believed to be minors. And he is the boob of the day.
Wow. I don't even want to hear about some of the zucchini stories. I just don't. All right, 15 minutes away from 9 o'clock. 6 people have been arrested. Undercover law enforcement drug operation in Las Cruces arrested 6 individuals, according to a news release that came from the Department of Justice. FBI, Donna Ana County Narcotics Task Force, and the Las Cruces police went to the Desert Lodge Motel. Evidently, they were operating a little methamphetamine and an out service. By the way, when they made the bust, they found a large supply of methamphetamine and fentanyl and a gun. 5 people have been arrested after they seized the drugs and the money. And Walmart recalls nuts sold in 30 states. Evidently, they have milk and coconut. If you have milk and coconut allergies, you should steer clear. Yeah. Stan Filippo and Son is the name brand. If you bought it at Walmart, you might not want to eat that. It was sold in New Mexico and in Texas and in Colorado, along with a long list of other states. So if you have those and are allergic to milk or coconut, you should steer clear and return them to the store. 847, Tom on the text. We're going to take a break. Got weather on the way. We'll check in with news, keep you updated with everything going on. We're being the Breakfast Club.
Boy, this text. Amazing how one of my co-workers got the flu going around, and he's had it for 2 weeks. Another one went to Juarez, paid $10 for a doctor's visit, and $33 for ampicillin prescription medication. Guess what? Cured him in 4 days. Unbelievable, says the text. Boy, only Tom Mad Dog is chiming in. Could find a story that distorted. Oh my gosh, says Mad Dog this morning. And guys, we have a sad story this morning, and it's coming out of a sad day in the past. One of our favorite waitresses from Kelly's Cafe Loco Hills passed away Friday night in a car wreck on 285 and 13th. Prayers go out to her and her family, and we do pray for you and her family. Our thoughts with you.
I did see that over the weekend. I pray for you guys.
Amen.
All right, morning show this morning being brought to you by State Representative District 61, Randy Pettigrew. Couldn't touch with Randy today. And he's running for, of course, another term. This will be his 3rd term in office. and needs your help. If you can give to his campaign, go to RandallPettigrew.com. Look, here's a guy that is stood and supported Southeast New Mexico, continues to fight for our way of life. When it comes to oil and gas industry, Randy Pettigrew, fighting for the oil and gas industry, fighting for your Second Amendment rights, and fighting to protect the unborn. Find out more information, RandallPettigrew.com. CPAC gives him an A+ rating. Find out that information and more at RandallPettigrew.com. Taking a break, be on the Breakfast Club, 8:49. Taking a break, let's qualify you for the trip to Disney. Then we'll check in with news, W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World!
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Who decides truth or misinformation? Supreme Court hearing arguments whether the Biden administration went too far, asking social media platforms to take down posts on COVID and the Hunter Biden laptop, claiming misinformation. Campaign trail this week, President Biden sporting new shoes, Hoka lifestyle sneakers for stability. Vladimir Putin re-elected president of Russia for an astonishing 37-year reign. Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu objects to Senate Leader Chuck Schumer calling for new elections in Israel.
I think Schumer's statements are wholly inappropriate. I think we're not a banana republic. The people of Israel will choose when they'll have elections, who to elect, and it's not something that will be foisted upon us.
On Fox and Friends, 3 separate spring break shootings in the Jacksonville Beach Bar District last night. 1 dead, 4 wounded. America's listening to Fox News.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti ramblers, mugs, or tumblers customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas, or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics and rest assured, whatever they printed on, your logo will look awesome.
Drive home in a dream car of your choice this March at Inn of the Mountain Gods. Play Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with your Apache Spur Club card to earn entries into the Drive Your Way drawing. On March 30th, you could win up to $5,000 cash or your choice of a Volkswagen Atlas, Dodge Challenger, or a Ram 1500 4x4 Crew Cab. Drive Your Way this March only at Inn of the Mountain Gods. Must be 21 or older. Visit innofthemountaingods.com or see Apache Spur Club booth for details.
Why are families driving from West Texas, Hobbs, Jow, Eunice, all over southeastern New Mexico to shop at Bob's Ridgeway? Is it the everyday low prices, the most locally grown farm fresh produce? Is it the hand-selected and cut meats, the hundreds of weekly specials, the clean, friendly shopping environment? Or is it just the fact that that's where for over 50 years your grocery dollar has always gone farther? It's all of these. It's Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where your grocery dollar goes farther.
Find a new career and extended family when you work for Eddy County. They're hiring now for multiple departments. Eddy County needs certified and uncertified deputy sheriffs, as well as detention officers and detention nurses, with detention officers receiving a $5,000 sign-on incentive. Eddy County also needs an SO crime scene investigator and an SO digital records coordinator. Eddy County offers great pay with excellent benefits like vacation, sick and holiday pay, retirement, and health insurance. You can apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
Save the date for this year's Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament, April 20th and 21st. Hoop it up in an action-packed weekend of competitive basketball at 200 East Broadway in downtown Hobbs. Bring your A game and compete for prizes and bragging rights. Enjoy the finest in basketball action, as well as food trucks, vendor booths, and a variety of family-friendly activities. Don't miss out on the ultimate basketball experience at the Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament this April 20th and 21st. Register at macro.com and stay tuned for more details to come from our social media accounts. Enjoy all the fun from the Boys and Girls Club of Hobbs and your City of Hobbs.
Daniel Bellows, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet. It's March Madness, March Insanity, March Craziness, whatever you want to call it. Bring yourself down here to Carlsbad Chevrolet. Do yourself a favor. We have the most used cars, probably the most mixed here in Southeast New Mexico and West Texas, and we want to get it on with you guys. Trade in your vehicle, sell it to us, do whatever it takes. Let's get you into these deals as low as 1.9%, folks. We haven't seen that in a long time. Right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet, your home of the great, great guys and gals.
Don't miss the St. Patty's Day sale now through March 19th at the Working Guys store. Draw a coin from the leprechaun hat and get up to 20% off your entire purchase. New merchandise everywhere from Huck, Cinch, Maui Jim, and Yeti. Western wear and Western jewelry. Why pay more? Shop the Working Guys store. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 7, Saturdays 9 to 6, and Sundays 10 to 5 at 109 East Broadway.
Carlsbad, get ready as 505 Productions is back with their huge gun and knife show at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center, 4012 National Parks Highway this weekend. Starting Friday, March 22nd from 4 to 8 p.m., Saturday, March 23rd from 9 to 5, and Sunday, March 24th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Over 170 tables to shop with guns, knives, ammo, scopes, and other gun accessories, jewelry, hides, gold and silver, plenty of 2A shirts and merch, and much more. Admission is just $7 per day or $10 for the weekend. Kids under 12 are free. Don't miss the 505 Productions Gun Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center on National Parks Highway in Carlsbad.
Tell you what, easy to swear at you.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
Are you guys having fun? Me and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105. Hey, guys.
5 minutes away from 9, 5 away from 9. Good news of the day on the way. Man who brought the service duck into the Buc-ee's store in Tennessee, service duck, yes, into the Buc-ee's store in Tennessee, was banned from the chain. Now maybe he needs to go to Quack-a-Barrel. Maybe that might be the perfect place for him. Tom, Quacker instead of Buc-ee's. I can't even get a laugh with this guy. It's tough. Wow. Yeah. Pierce Bronson.
That's just quacker. That's just quackers.
Yeah, quackers.
See, that was fun here.
Pierce Bronson has to pay $1,500 fine after got off the walking trail at Yellowstone.
What? For real?
So they fined him $1,500. Don't worry about it. I'm sure Barbara Streisand can afford that. Not a big deal. And a Florida man attacks his roommate with a machete over text messages. You attack another man with a machete after you were in a dispute over you looked at his text messages? 24-year-old Douglas Furtherton has been arrested, and you're looking at your roommate's text. I don't know, the whole thing. Anyway, attacked him with a machete. Bro, who do you think you are, like MS-13 or something? Crazy. By the way, he has been arrested. Peyton Manning on the way. We'll talk about Peyton Manning, but new information coming out. Supreme Court, new breaking story, rejects the appeal by former New Mexico County Commissioner Couy Griffin. And now this bans Couy Griffin from ever being able to hold public office.
Yes.
And being part of January 6th insurrection, even though Couy Griffin was not charged with insurrection. Supreme Court this morning rejected the appeal by Couy Griffin, who was kicked out of office over his participation on January 6th. Former Otero County Commissioner Couy Griffin, Cowboys for Trump. They don't even want to put Cowboys for Trump. As I read this story, they say cowboy pastor. You don't even want to say, you don't even say Cowboys for Trump.
When was he a pastor?
Never.
Well, he supposedly was I don't think he was a pastor.
No, he wasn't. But he spread the word.
Yeah, I don't think he was a pastor. Anyway, he was there on January 6th, did not go inside the building.
Right.
But he was already on the radar because he said that I'm going to bring my guns to the rally. So the FBI had talked to him before he went to the rally. So he was already on the radar. So in 2022, District Court said that Griffin had violated the provision of the 14th Amendment. And by the way, I don't think this law had ever been used in New Mexico. This dates back to like Civil War era.
Right.
And so the Supreme Court ruled this month that they were not going to overturn that ruling. So Couy Griffin to this day can still never hold political office.
That's sad, B. He's the man who wanted to serve his people.
So I hate the idea of saying somebody can not hold political office. Why not allow the people to decide who holds political office? And by the way, he wasn't charged with insurrection.
Well, but the Supreme Court did rule that a state can bar people from state offices.
Right. So as I look at the charges that he was charged with, Tom, you remember the charges?
Yeah, but those were all misdemeanors, B.
Yeah, no, that's my point. That was my point. So I don't get it, but I would not expect anything other than what just happened from the New Mexico Supreme Court, who leans very, very far to the left.
Oh yeah.
Look at the redistricting and every other thing that has gone before them, every one of them. So Couy Griffin, he will never be able to hold public office ever again. Unless this case is taken to the Supreme Court. Can you take it? No, I don't think you can take that to the Supreme Court.
Even if the state Supreme Court already ruled?
Supreme Court ruled.
I think he can't appeal, can he, Blake? To the Supreme Court?
To the U.S. Supreme Court.
Yeah, U.S. Supreme Court.
Yeah, I guess. Wasn't it the U.S. Supreme Court that ruled this?
No, the Supreme Court, I thought it was, unless I'm reading it wrong. No, Washington, D.C. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. So the Supreme Court of the United States ruled this morning, and Washington, D.C.
Oh, man, come on.
So the Supreme Court, I'm looking for who voted.
I wonder what the vote was.
I'm looking.
That's what I'm looking for right here.
Where you guys are looking, the texter says you can only get you can get a pastor's license online, and anyone can get one. And the state Supreme Court ordered the Supreme Court to reject his appeal.
And it doesn't say.
Well, it goes
who
on.
Voted.
Earlier down there, it said the New Mexico Supreme Court later refused to hear the case after Griffin missed procedural deadlines. So, yeah, this is the U.S. Supreme Court.
Yeah, this is the U.S. Supreme Court. But it doesn't, at no point does it say who voted. Nope, nothing on this story. And I just looked at another site, and it's not up there yet.
They refused to hear it. So they didn't have to. They didn't have to vote.
Oh,
they just rejected the appeal.
So Couy Griffin never to run it is what it is. So maybe later
he could move to another state and run for office.
Yeah, I guess he could.
Because the New Mexico ruling is only for New Mexico.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think third generation New Mexican. Mom and dad still alive in New Mexico.
Yes.
His son in New Mexico. So I doubt very seriously if he's going anywhere. All right. We'll have an update on that. Maybe we can call Coy tomorrow and see what Coy has to say. Yeah, okay. NFL legend Peyton Manning is joining NBC's Olympic coverage. So he's going to be on part of. Well, I mean, he was on the Kentucky Derby broadcast last May. So they're going to use Peyton Manning. They're paying him bunches of money. So they're going to use Peyton Manning wherever they see fit. So
wow. Oh.
So I mean, what does it take to be to cover the Olympics?
Well, they do have football this year.
But the
flag football.
Point is, he has other experience than football, so he'll do well.
Yeah,
definitely. All right, 877-396-W105. Tom on the text. We're going to get to the good news of the day. Keep you updated with everything going on. Tom?
If Joe Biden needs a bunch of handlers, y'all may ask yourselves who exactly is truly running this country. A question for thought for everyone, says the text. This one text says, yeah, I am for Trump. And Tommy in Carlsbad said, B, guess what, man? You do quack me up.
Quacking.
All right. B.
All right. Italy warns that sending NATO troops into Ukraine would lead to a third world war. And if we send troops into UN troops, NATO troops into Ukraine, wouldn't that be sending American men and women, possibly?
Yes.
So Joe Biden said American men and women would not be fighting in Ukraine. The only way for Ukraine to win this war is to have. Why would NATO get involved in that? Ukraine is not a NATO they're not a NATO country.
Correct.
So why would they get involved in that? Blake, I know you were out last week. Did you hear the story about Biden making car sounds when he was interviewed by her?
Oh, when he went vroom, vroom.
Vroom, 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 vroom. That guy's the president of the United States. Broom, 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 broom. 877-396-W105. Tom on the text.
All right. Martin from the pad says, Tom, man, you got a degree. You can't even read a text, says Martin this morning. I read it, okay? So there you go. And, says Jim Costin. And no 20 years playing the appeals game on the guy who shot the police officer. Another texter. Oh, it jumped up on me. Never mind. B.
Thank you, Tom. God bless you. 2 people dead, 5 injured after a shooting in D.C. Of course, we had some St. Patrick's Day weekend shootings, but I don't think this has anything to do with that. 2 people shot dead, another 5 wounded. Sunday morning in Democrat-controlled Washington, D.C. By the way, earlier this month, Joe Biden talked about how crime is down. A city like Washington, D.C., crime is not down. Crime is actually up. Carjacking way, way up. Sunday shooting came 35% increase in homicides in Washington, D.C. Thank you, Joe Biden. We appreciate that so much. We do. Election time for Russia. Tom, do you think Russia has a fair election process?
Oh, no way. Are you kidding?
I mean, who's running against Putin?
Right. If they
the
are, they're
last
dead.
guy to run against Putin is dead.
Right.
Well, he said it's more transparent because you can buy a mail-in vote in the U.S. for $10.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna fight that. I'm not gonna fight that. Putin. I will say this much. Tucker Carlson, I don't know if you went back and watched that segment when he was in Russia. It was clean. He went into the subway and he said, no graffiti, no trash all over the place, no garbage, nobody peeing, nobody shooting up. He said it was actually fairly nice.
Huh.
Of course, they called him names and said that he shouldn't be allowed to come back into the U.S. for saying that, but that's what he said. All right, 9:09 morning show this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Check them out today. Go to the website. You can find out all this information. RoswellLivestock.com. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. They've got a big event coming up Friday and Saturday. Buy a 25-pound bag of Start and Grow from Purina and get 3 chicks free. 50-pound bag of Start and Grow gets 6 chicks free. Friday and Saturday, they'll have the petting zoo there and so much more. Go check them out. And if you're looking for Western wear, you can pick all that up while you're there. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, online at RoswellLivestock.com. Chick days, Friday and Saturday, Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. 9:10, Tom in the text, then we'll take a break.
This texter's asking, what happens to Coy if Trump gets reelected and pardons all that happened on January 6th and all the people be?
I don't know. That's a ways away. And I mean, will he pardon everybody?
B.
Yeah.
I don't have another break.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No. And we're
we'll
good
keep on.
to radio.
And then we go on
with
Coy did have a church in Alamogordo called something Cowboy Church. It was right next to
Yes, I do remember that.
Right next to his barbecue place, says the texter. Says this text, rather. And Tom, you're the man. You make the show. Don't listen to all that negativity. The emojis are saying in
Quit
the cool
being
way.
so negative.
No negative, right. One more text, B. Breaking news. Lamestream media reports Trump threatens nuclear war after saying this guacamole is the bomb, says Richie in Carlsbad.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A launching a brand new restaurant in Manhattan. It's going to be a mobile pickup app and delivery only. Chick-fil-A. Of course, New York City didn't like Chick-fil-A because they were closed on Sunday.
Right.
And they made a big deal about that. But Chick-fil-A coming out with a new idea where it's going to be Chick-fil-A to go, where you can pick up or they can deliver. And it doesn't say if they're going to be open on Sundays or not. But they're dine-in restaurants, of course, not open on Sunday.
Yeah.
I have no idea how that's going to work.
Do not.
And Bert, what's that?
Do not compromise.
Do not compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for that advice.
Don't open on Sunday.
Yeah, Mr. Compromise.
Yeah.
Do you eat at restaurants on Sunday?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I was trying to make a point.
You didn't.
So if you really felt that way, you wouldn't eat at restaurants on Sunday.
Well, only eat at the ones that are open, yes.
But if you really felt that way, and you don't even go to church, so what are you talking about?
Oh, no, I started going to a new church.
Since when?
A month ago.
And what's the name of the church?
It's
the Church of Buffet?
Well, no, I mean, I don't want to act like a celebrity going to a church and you know.
Do you celebrity?
Like it? Yeah. A bunch of people know me there.
Well, then you can name the church.
But I don't want people to think, well, I go to church, that church because Tom May goes to that church.
Well, you can bring more people to the flock, Tom.
I don't think you...
I mean, big-time celebrity that you are.
But you know what I'm saying.
Are you Catholic?
No. But I haven't been to this church because I got sick, right?
What church is it?
They're in Hobbs.
Well, just name the church. Not that big deal.
Write it
that
down.
big of a
I'll
deal.
say it.
Oh, no, it's called the Bethel Church. They're in Hobbs. Good church.
Awesome, Tom. Glad that
Bethel
you're going back
Baptist
to church.
What's that?
Bethel Baptist.
No, it's just Bethel. It's Assemblies of God.
Okay.
So you're speaking in tongues?
Well, they're holy rollers, and I like that stuff.
What? I'm just asking if you're speaking in tongues.
Oh, man.
All right, Netflix pays its top executives nearly 3 times more than they did in federal income tax. This story, I mean, I wouldn't believe it if it wasn't on Breitbart. Left-wing streaming giant Netflix paid their executives more money than they pay in federal taxes, according to a brand new study. When it comes to companies that are tax dodgers, Americans for Tax Fairness and Institute of Public Studies found 35 companies that paid more to their top 5 executives than they did pay in U.S. taxes. They did this study from 2018 to 2022. Study comes among the tax season, of course, many people having to pay this year. Netflix paid their top 5 executives $652 million during a 5-year period. How much did they pay in federal income tax? $236 million. Their tax rate is 1.6% as you get ready to pay your taxes. What's your effective tax rate, Tom?
I don't know.
Blake, what do you think's your effective tax rate?
Right around 32%.
Yeah, and that would be pretty normal with most people.
I'm about 50, I think.
50. No. I'm doubting it.
We'll see like a
T-Mobile, by the way, received a $80 million refund this year and paid their top 5 executives $675 million.
Ooh.
Tesla paid Elon Musk and 4 others $2.5 billion. Despite making $4.4 billion in net profits, the company, their federal income tax, they only paid $1 million.
No,
that's
they had
it.
a deficit. They had a
Oh
credit.
no! Oh yeah, no, they got a refund of $1 million. Wow. I need to get on the same plan that they're on. By the way, this story's up on Breitbart if you want to go check it out. Holy moly. Elon Musk, I need to find who Elon Musk's tax person is. They made $4.4 billion in profits, and they got a refund for $1 million.
Yeah, but they're nowhere near the top of that list.
No, they're not. Crazy.
Excel, which we have around here, took a $47 million credit, and they paid their executives $140 million.
By the way, I've said it, and Blake, I know you're on board. If we had just a flat tax rate,
yep,
we would be so rich.
Yep.
So
even if you use some of those credits that they always say, well, what about the poor people? Even if you gave it a minimum, like a floor, you
Right.
would still be ahead.
So look at, say Tesla. $4.4 billion in profits. Tax that by 15%.
Yeah.
Or any of the other companies, Netflix. Crazy. Is there a link where we can get the top 100 tax dodgers? I'm sure there is if we go to the website. Tax Fairness and Institute Policy Studies, 35. Okay, there's a link. You press on it, and it shows you the top 100 companies. Crazy. Nuts. I'm just wondering, should they pay their fair share? Yeah, they should. And nothing less than 30%. By the way, who supports the Democratic Party? You think Netflix supports the Democratic Party?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Most of these big corporations, GE, supports the Democratic Party. Most of these huge companies, very few are right-leaning. Very, very few.
I don't see any on that list. There are no right-leaning companies on that list.
No. So go check it out. Bernalillo County deputy accused of pulling a gun on two customers at a convenience store is expected in court. Court documents say that the victim was waiting for a friend to get off of work at Circle K in Albuquerque in late January when Deputy Michael Bacara pointed a gun at him. Bacara had just bought vodka and had empty alcohol bottles in his vehicle. Yes, he was a deputy. And so he faces 2 charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and is no longer a deputy with Bernalillo County at this point. 921, Tom on the text, if you would.
All right, I paid roughly $15,000 last year in taxes and still had to send the IRS another $4,500 for taxes they said I still owed. Man, I am getting tired of this greedy country, says the text. And maybe Elon sent in a bunch of estimated all year. Mm-hmm. And Tom is lying about church. No, I'm not. And the media is twisting the crap out of Trump, saying there's going to be a bloodbath. If Trump doesn't win the election, now, if you listen to Trump's speech, pretty much said the Democrats are going to cause a bloodbath when Trump loses, and they will. With their open border policies, welcoming terrorists from all around the world, their gun grab from the law-abiding citizens, American citizens, we are fixing to get hit with the terrorist attack, guys, and they're all going to blame it on Trump. That's John from you.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is he said nothing about, what he was talking about was the auto workers. There will be a bloodbath when it comes to automobiles being made in America. Mm-hmm. That's what he was alluding to. And bloodbath has been used time and time again when it comes to the stock market, a bloodbath, or whatever. So the Dems just keep adding stuff up. Continue, Tom.
And I can vouch for Tom. I did see him at church, says this one texter. I'm hoping to go back on Sunday. And, dude, this one said, the Church of Buffet. Ha, 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 you guys are awful. And when President Trump gets in office, he will probably pardon Corey. I hope he does.
Him at Corey.
Coy. And did y'all see Baldwin seeks dismissal of the indictment in that shooting?
Yeah,
on that movie set?
Happen.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
That ain't going to happen.
No. By the way, I saw Ford Motor Company. How much had they $7.8 billion in profits.
Man.
They paid $121 million in federal income tax. 1.5%. Darden Restaurants, who is closing a bunch of their Outbacks. They own Outback. They own Olive Garden, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Red Lobster.
Red Lobster, $3.6 billion, and they paid $28 million in taxes, 0.8% in federal income tax. Same thing with MetLife, 0.8%. In the meantime, you're paying them. Look here, Duke Energy, $15.6 billion in profits. They paid income tax a negative 7.9%. That means they got a refund. And the list goes on and on and on when it comes to companies that don't pay any income tax. You know, there's a misconception because we think the rich don't pay. I think it's 40%. They only account to 7% of total population. They pay 40% of personal income tax. But when it comes to corporations not paying their fair share, I think that's the problem. And most of those corporations are multinational corporations. And there lies the problem. 925 morning show this morning being brought to you by Camp of the Tall Pines, scenic Mayhill, New Mexico. Scott and Jamie Miller would love to show you around. Get up there and check them out. They have raised platform campsites, convenient RV hookups, cozy cabins, and more. Call them today, 575-687-4101. Planning a big event, maybe looking for a large gathering, a place to hold a big, could it be an office gathering, or could it be a family reunion, or maybe you just want the church retreat? They can handle all of that. 575-687-4101, camptallpines.com. We'll check the weather in just a second. Keep you updated with everything going on. Good news coming up next, Tom.
All right, I'm behind Trump 100%. But, you know, Monty is saying he's his own worst enemy sometimes, and choosing the words that can be twisted and used against him.
Yeah, but in this case, I don't have a problem with what he says. Maybe he could come back and, but no matter what he says, they're going to find issue with it.
Oh, yeah, anytime. That's what they do best. Tommy in Carlsbad says, Tom stepped into the church parking lot and gobbled down some burritos, says the texter.
I think they have free donuts at church.
Well, you know, they have a big program ministry there, a food ministry, where they distribute food every month. And I was able to participate in that on that Saturday about a month ago. Very, very nice things that they do for the community out there. B?
Thank you, Tom. God bless you. God bless you. No, I'm serious. God bless you. You're killing me this morning. 927. We're going to get you updated with everything going on this morning. I'll just check out the weather in just a second. Let's get to the good news of the day. Being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Give Herschel Rustin Hayes a call today, 575-396-0513, right across the street from Bob's in Lovington, proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
Well, a woman in Florida named Magnolia Jackson celebrated her 106th birthday by going to Disney World for the first time.
Aw.
They heard she was a fan and threw a big party. Mickey and Minnie, well, they were there for her. And a bunch of students at Providence College in Rhode Island launched a GoFundMe to help a security guard go see his family in Nigeria. They found that he hadn't seen a family in 11 years, so they raised enough money to send him. They needed $3,500, and they raised 10 times that total. That was nice. And a guy in Colorado tried to run from the cops last week, and he was heading over a snowy mountain pass in his Jeep. But the chase ended with no one hurt after a snowplower driver intentionally crashed into him. The Colorado Department of Transportation thanked him for the quick thinking. And that is your good news.
Good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes. I'm going to add one to that, Tom. I met a guy from Africa this past weekend, and he was telling me that, he's sitting in front of us. He's got a cute little boy, and him and his girlfriend, she's Filipino. He's been in the Philippines since 2016. He's got his degree. He's a pharmacist, and he's going back to get his master's degree. I was like, this guy is smart. So, Sully, you are the guy. 9:29, we're out of here. We're going to keep you updated with everything going on throughout the day. We'll qualify you for the trip. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, trusted name across southeast New Mexico when it comes to siding, when it comes to metal roofs and shingle roofs, windows, doors, metal buildings. They can take care of all of that and more. Trusted name when the job done. I have talked to multiple friends that have they've done business with Seminole Siding. They all have nothing but good things to say. 575-391-1430, Seminole Siding and Construction.com for more information. We're going to keep you updated throughout the day, weather, news, and we'll qualify you for the trip that we're giving away. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow for the Tuesday edition of Being the Breakfast Club. Get some rest, Blake. Hopefully the voice is better tomorrow. 9:30, checking in with news. Coming right back. Radio is up next.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every